Hello everyone and welcome to our video lesson series for English File 4th edition, Intermediate. Whether you're learning English for work, travel, or just for fun, this course is designed to help you build confidence and fluency. Today we're diving into Unit 1, Part A, which is called Eating In and Out. Now, if that title sounds a little unusual at first, don't worry, it's actually quite simple. Eating in means having a meal at home. Eating out means dining in restaurants, cafes, or anywhere outside your home. So, as you can see, this lesson is all about food, cooking, and dining habits, something we all experience every day. What's coming in this lesson? Number 1, food quotes and vocabulary expansion. We'll start with some thought-provoking quotes about food, which will lead us into the vocabulary bank, and there you'll learn new words and phrases related to food and cooking, important for everyday conversations. Number 2, pronunciation focus, short and long vowels. Next, we'll tackle a common challenge for English learners, distinguishing between short and long vowel sounds. But don't worry, this won't be confusing today. It is just a quick exercise to make you remember these differences of their existence. Next is food questionnaire and listening practice. You will answer a few fun questions about your eating habits, and then we will listen to real people responding to the same questions. This will help you train your ear for natural English. Next is reading. Can meal times affect happiness? Did you know that when you eat might be just as important as what you eat? We'll read an interesting article about research suggesting that eating at the right time can improve both health and happiness. You will decide if you agree. Number 5. Interview with the chef plus grammar focus. In the second half of the lesson, we'll listen to an interview with Mariana Levi-Detaki, the head chef at Morita, a well-known restaurant in London. Her thoughts will introduce us to today's grammar topic, the present simple versus present continuous tenses, with a special focus on action and non-action verbs. And number 6, speaking activity, food and dining discussions. Finally, we'll wrap up with a conversation practice where you will discuss statements about food, cooking, and restaurants. Great for applying what you've learned. That was an introduction, but first a quick note on lesson length. You might notice that these intermediate lessons are longer than the ones in the elementary pre-intermediate courses. That's because each unit is now divided into 2 parts instead of 3, so each lesson covers more material. But don't worry, we'll take it step by step to make sure everything is clear for you. Oh, I hope you're ready to get started. Let's jump in. First, vocabulary, food and cooking. Part A. Look at some quotes about food from Pinterest. Complete the gaps with a word or phrase from the list. Cake, cookie, fruit salad, onions, pasta, pear, tomato. First, let's talk about quotes. A quote is when we repeat someone's exact words, something they said that was so interesting or clever that people kept sharing it. You've probably heard famous quotes like Albert Einstein's "Imagination is more important than knowledge," or Shakespeare's "to be or not to be," something like that. People love using quotes on social media, in speeches, even in everyday conversations because they make us sound smart or express big ideas in just a few words. If you're still not sure what a quote is, don't worry, just think of it as a memorable line that sticks in people's minds. Now, let's try a fun activity, the quote filling challenge. You'll see 6 famous quotes with missing words. Your job today? Fill in the gaps. How to do it, yeah? Number 1, look at the word bank. You have a list of words to choose from. Then check the pictures. They will give you hints about the missing words. They will tell you which word to use. And then stuck on a word. Yeah, I know some might be tricky, like pear or onions. If you're not sure, take a second to look them up or to Google what they mean. I hope you're ready for that challenge. Let's go try to complete the gaps. Now let's break down the quotes. Okay, let's go through each quote together. I'll share what I think they mean, but remember, quotes can mean different things to different people. That's what makes them so interesting. Quote number 1. There are only 10 minutes in the life of a pear when it's perfect to eat. Ever eaten a pear? Yeah? If you wait too long, it gets mushy. If you eat it too early, it's hard. This quote is really about timing, how some opportunities in life are perfect for just a short moment. The lesson? Don't wait too long or you might miss your chance. Quote number 2. Life is a combination of magic and pasta. Okay, this one's funny. What do magic and pasta have in common? Maybe it means life needs both wonder, like magic, and comfort, like pasta. Or maybe it's saying that even ordinary things like pasta can feel magical. Who knows? That's the fun of quotes. You decide what it means to you. Number 3. One day, I'm going to make the onion cry. Usually, onions make us cry when we chop them, when we cut them. But this quote, flips it. What if we could make the onion cry instead? To me, it's about turning the tables, doing something so well that even the thing that usually beats you has to admit defeat. Maybe it's about revenge or just really good cooking. Who knows? Okay. Let's go to the next quote. Number 4. Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad. This one of my favorites because it shows the difference between knowledge, facts, like knowing a tomato is technically a fruit, and wisdom, knowing how to use that knowledge, like not ruining a fruit salad with tomatoes. Yeah. And the lesson? Just because something can be done doesn't mean it should be done or must be done. Something like that. Number 5. A party without cake is just a meeting. Think about it. What's the difference between a boring meeting and a fun party? Cake. Or at least something special. This quote is a funny way of saying that little things, like cake, can turn something ordinary into something exciting. Okay, and a final quote. Number 6. A balanced diet is a cookie in each hand. This one's a joke, actually. Normally, a balanced diet means eating healthy foods in the right amounts. But here they're playing with the word balance, like literally holding a cookie in each hand to stay balanced. It's a silly way of saying sometimes you just need cookies, or they will make you happy. I hope so. Now to the task. Which quote do you like best? Compare with the partner. Okay, now choose one quote that you like best and explain why. My favorite quote is, knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit, wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad. Because it shows that you can know a lot of things, facts, but if you can't use this knowledge properly, it is no use of it, A teacher, for example, can speak perfectly, can have no mistakes, but if they can't explain things to other people, It doesn't matter how much they know. Okay, now your turn. Choose the quote you like best and then explain why. Moving on to the vocabulary part, food and cooking. Here we have some pictures and some words, surprisingly. I'm quite sure that there will be some that you have no idea of, so don't feel frustrated if you can't complete this task without any mistakes or without looking things up. I mean, checking some words what they mean. I will split this task into 3 parts. First, fish and seafood, and then you check. Then types of meat, and then you check. And finally, fruit and vegetables, and then you check. Now, work with these words.
One point two. Food and cooking. 1. Food. Fish and seafood. 1.
Crab,
7.
lobster,
5.
mussels,
6.
prawns,
2.
salmon,
3.
squid,
4.
tuna,
Meat. 11.
beef,
12.
chicken,
9.
duck,
10.
lamb,
8.
pork,
Fruit and vegetables. 20.
aubergine,
14.
avocado,
25.
beetroot,
13.
cabbage,
24.
cherries,
22.
courgette,
18.
cucumber,
23.
grapes,
27.
green beans,
26.
lemon,
19.
mango,
15.
melon,
21.
peach,
16.
pear,
28.
raspberries,
17.
red pepper,
Activation. Talk to a partner. Are there any things in the list that you love, hate, have never eaten? Are there any other kinds of fish, meat, fruits or vegetables that are very common in your country? Okay, let me do it first, then it will be your turn. Let me tell you about the foods I love and the ones I don't. What I love: salmon and tuna. so tasty and healthy. Chicken? Of course, chicken. It's easy to cook and goes with everything. Cucumber? My absolute favorite vegetable. Crisp, fresh, perfect in salads or just as a snack. Red pepper? Sweet, colorful, great in dishes or raw. Mango? Delicious, but so expensive where I live, I wish I could eat it more often, but of course I can't. What I don't love, it's very difficult to say, but I think it will be duck. Duck, not my favorite type of meat. The texture is tough and it's hard to chew. Maybe I just don't know how to cook it right. But let's take this one. What I've never tried. Okay, I've never tried or I've never eaten mussels. No, never had them. I've never eaten mussels. See how I used present perfect here? That's how we say something we haven't experienced in life at all. Avocado. I've never eaten avocados. I know it's super popular, but I've never actually tasted it. It's true for me. Are there any other kinds of fish, meat, fruit, or vegetables that are very common in your country? The most popular meat, I think chicken. It's cheap, easy to cook. The most popular vegetable, I think they're cucumbers. We put them in salads, in everything actually. And the most popular fruit, I would say apples. They grow easily here and people eat them all year round. But honestly, in my country, we eat a bit of everything. Now it's your turn. Can you answer the same questions but about yourself? Try to say as much as possible. Good luck with this task. Next is cooking. Match the words in photos. We have 6 words and 6 pictures. Baked, boiled, fried, grilled, roast, steamed. So try to complete this task and then check yourself.
One point 3. 2. Cooking. 6.
Baked.
5.
Boiled.
1.
Fried.
2.
Grilled.
4.
Roast.
3.
Steamed.
I'm here to give you some headache. There is a difference between roast and baked. So I remember it was a bit confusing for me. If my explanation isn't clear enough for you, Google it in your native language. So roast, usually used for meat like chicken, beef or pork, or veggies like potatoes or carrots, cooked at higher temperatures. Makes the outside brown and crispy while keeping the inside juicy. Often cooked uncovered so the outside gets a nice crust. What about bake? Usually used for bread, cakes, casseroles, or fish. Cooked at lower to medium heat, gives even gentle cooking, no browning needed unless it's bread or cookies. So there's a key difference. Roast, higher heat, crispy outside, great for meats. Bake, lower heat, even cooking, great for doughs or delicate foods. And examples: roast a chicken, crispy skin, juicy inside. Bake a cake, soft and fluffy all the way through. So here we are. I hope you got it, that there is a difference between these words. Let's move on. Now activation. Talk to a partner. How do you prefer these things to be cooked? Chicken, eggs, fish, potatoes. I prefer chicken to be boiled or fried. Eggs? Boiled, of course. I don't like fried eggs. Fish? Grilled. I think it's always nice. And speaking of potatoes, I prefer them to be boiled, fried, mashed, baked, and so on. I like potatoes very much. So now your turn to say something about this. Next is number 3, phrasal verbs. Complete the phrasal verbs with a word from the list. Down, on, out, out. I eat a lot because I often don't have time to cook. Luckily, there are lots of good restaurants near where I live. Number 2, I'm trying to cut coffee at the moment. I'm only having 1 cup at breakfast. Number 3, the doctor told me that I should completely cut all cheese and dairy products from my diet. I'll be honest, this task you might not complete successfully because it's a bit difficult. You have 4 words, down, on, out, out, and 4 gaps. And yeah, pay your attention to this. Number 2 has 2 gaps actually. But don't worry, try to do it, then check and just learn for phrasal verbs. Good luck with it.
One 1.4. 3. Phrasal verbs. 1.
I eat out a lot because I often don't have time to cook. Luckily, there are lots of good restaurants near where I live.
2.
I'm trying to cut down on coffee at the moment. I'm only having 1 cup at breakfast.
3.
The doctor told me that I should completely cut out all cheese and dairy products from my diet.
Okay, now let's take a look at it. Number 1, eat out simply means to eat not at home. We talked about at the beginning of the lesson. To go somewhere and have a meal. So if you hear, let's eat out today, it means that this person invites you to go to a cafe or restaurant or something of this sort. Number 2, cut down on something. Cut down on something. It simply means to start eating or drinking this thing less than usually. So you don't stop having it completely, but simply reduce it in your diet. And number 3, cut out. This one means to stop eating or drinking something completely, usually because of some diseases or problems with health. So here we are. Now let's move on. Part D. Look at some common adjectives to describe food. What kind of food do we often use them with? Fresh, frozen, hot, spicy, low-fat, raw, tinned. First, let's break down these important food words one by one. I will explain each in a simple way with examples you can relate to. Number 1, yes, fresh. This one is easy. Fresh means just made, just picked or not old. Think of a, bartender squeezing oranges to make juice right in front of you. That's fresh juice. Or when you buy vegetables at the market that were picked yesterday, they are fresh. Next is frozen. This is food that's been made very cold, below 0 degrees to last longer. You've probably seen frozen vegetables or frozen pizza at the supermarket. The ice keeps the food from going bad quickly, yeah? Next is hot and spicy. This isn't about temperature here. It is that burning feeling some foods give you. If you ever eaten chili peppers, you know this feeling, like fire in your mouth. And dishes like curry or hot wings in KFC can be spicy. Next is low fat. Low fat means the food has less fat than normal. Low fat milk or yogurt are common examples. People often choose, low fat options when they're being careful about what they eat. Next is raw. Raw simply means not cooked at all. Raw vegetables like carrots are healthy and crunchy, yeah? But be careful, raw meat can be dangerous to eat, though animals do it. Next is tinned or canned. Food preserved in metal containers to last for months or years. You probably know tinned tuna or tinned tomatoes. I always keep a few tins in my cupboard for quick meals. Now practice time. Try to translate these words into your native language and think of one example for each type from foods you know, like tinned tuna or fresh vegetables, but there must be your own examples, okay? Work with these words. Part E. Listen to 6 conversations. Write the food phrase you hear for each adjective in D. Number 1, raw beetroot. Okay, now you're going to listen to this audio. Your task is to hear phrases that contain adjectives in D. The first phrase is from the first conversation. Raw beetroot, because it has the word raw. Try to hear and write down the other examples with fresh, frozen, hot, spicy, low-fat, tinned. Then you're going to listen to this audio one more time and check your ideas. Just do it.
1.5. 1.
What do I need to make the soup?
Well, first of all, you need raw beetroot, not the cooked kind. 3 or 4 should be enough.
2.
What are you going to have as a starter?
I think I'll have the spicy prawns. I love hot food.
3.
How should I cook this fresh tuna?
Just grill it for a few minutes on each side.
4.
Are you going to the shops? Could you get me some low-fat yogurts?
Sure. What flavour do you want?
Just plain.
5.
What else can I put in this rice salad?
Well, we've got some tinned red peppers. How about those?
6.
I never buy frozen raspberries.
No, they taste okay, but the texture just isn't the same.
(1.5) 1.
What do I need to make the soup?
Well, first of all, you need raw beetroot, not the cooked kind. 3 or 4 should be enough.
2.
What are you going to have as a starter?
I think I'll have the spicy prawns. I love hot food.
3.
How should I cook this fresh tuna?
Just grill it for a few minutes on each side.
4.
Are you going to the shops? Could you get me some low-fat yogurts?
Sure. What flavour do you want?
Just plain.
5.
What else can I put in this rice salad?
Well, we've got some tinned red peppers. How about those?
6.
I never buy frozen raspberries.
No, they taste okay, but the texture just isn't the same.
Now let's check how much you remember from this part. Here we have some pictures of fruit, vegetables, and some verbs which are related to food. Try to name what each picture means, then check yourself. Number 2. Pronunciation, short and long vowel sounds. Part A. Look at the 8 sound pictures. What are the words and sounds? What part of the symbol tells you that the sound is long? Okay, the task is the following. Try to say these words. Yeah, for example, number 1, fish. Number 2, tree. Yeah, and then try to answer the question, what part of the symbol tells you that the sound is long? So, if you have no idea how to do this task, you can skip it. As I usually say, pronunciation parts are important, but not too important to have a headache. Anyway, try to do it, then check. Okay, let's check it. Number 1, fish. Number 2, tree. Number 3, cat. Number 4, car. Number 5, clock. Number 6, horse. Number 7, bowl. Number 8, boot. And speaking of this question, what part of the symbol tells you that the sound is long? Actually, the 2 dots. Yeah, you see them? Number 2, number 4, number 6, and number 8. 2 dots. They tell you that the sound is long. And that's all here. Now part B. Match a phrase to each sound, then listen and check. This kind of exercise is easier if you say the phrases aloud to yourself. For example, let's take a good cook. A good cook. It has a short sound. Picture number 7 actually. So now try to say these phrases out loud, then match them to the sounds in A, then listen and check and repeat them.
One 1.6. 3.
Cat. Crab salad.
1.
Fish. Grilled squid.
4.
Car. A jar of raspberry jam.
2.
Tree. Steamed green beans.
7.
Bull. A good cook.
5.
Clock. Hot sausages.
6.
Horse. Raw pork.
8.
Boot. Tuna with beetroot.
Number 3. Listen and speaking. Part A. Read the Your Food Profile questionnaire. What do you think the bold words and phrases mean? Okay, let's do these together. I will fill out this questionnaire with my own answers and explain some words as we go. Then it will be your turn. Ready? Let's start. Your food profile. Number 1. What's your favorite snack? First, let's talk about snacks. A snack is something quick we eat between meals. You know, it's not a full breakfast, lunch or dinner, no. And my favorite snack is nuts. I like buying a pack of mixed nuts, almonds, cashews, peanuts, and I'm not a big fan of sandwiches, apples, crisps or chocolates, so nuts is a perfect snack for me. Next is, what's your favorite pizza topping? Toppings are the things we put on top of food, like pizza. Filling is what goes inside food, like in a sandwich. This is tough actually. I think chili peppers is my favorite topping. I love spicy food. I also like vegetables on pizza, mushrooms, red peppers, onions and greens. What's your favorite sandwich filling? I don't really like sandwiches, I'm not a big bread fan, but if I had to choose, I'd say salmon or tuna. These ones, they're tasty. So let's move on. Do you ever have ready-made food, takeaway food, very hot, spicy food? Give examples. That's important. It's not the present perfect like have you ever had, and so on when you're asked about your life experience. It is the present simple. Do you ever? It means do you have a habit or do you sometimes have? It's just so simple. Do you ever have ready-made food? Yes, of course. In our modern world, when you don't have time to cook even if you want it, I think ready-made food is a good option. You buy it, you just heat it up in microwaves, pans or ovens. Of course, some people say that it's always unhealthy and you should cook everything yourself. But you can't cook some free time for yourself, so why not? I can, but hardly ever, but I can buy frozen pizzas, instant noodles, noodles when you just put hot water and your noodles are ready, and a packet of sausages or meatballs and something like that. Next is, takeaway food. It's different from ready-made food. Ready-made food you buy from shops, stores, it's usually packed or frozen. Takeaway food you buy from cafes, restaurants, pubs and places like these. It is freshly cooked. You just take it home, Or you can call or use an app on your phone to order such food. For example, pizza delivery or ordering sushi. I think it's really popular nowadays. Speaking of me, I sometimes order pizzas, but I never have takeaway, lunches or dinners from restaurants. For me, it's a waste of money. Only pizzas and not often. Next is, very hot, spicy food. Yes, I have some spicy sauces in my fridge that I often use. And I also order pizzas with spicy toppings. I like it, but I try not to eat such things too much because I know it's not good for my stomach and for your stomach either. Number 3, let's move on. Are you allergic or intolerant to any food? How long have you had the problem? So, allergic, when you react badly or feel sick when you eat something. Intolerant, it's not able to eat particular foods without becoming ill. Your body just can't take this or that food. For example, many people are allergic to honey or oranges, and many people are intolerant to lactose. They can't drink milk at all. Speaking of me, I'm lucky. I don't have any of those. But I must say that I used to have some kind of an allergic reaction to oranges, lemons, tangerines. I remember my skin on my face used to become red and start itching, when you want to scratch it. Then I gave up eating oranges for 10 years, and recently I've discovered that I can eat them without any problem. So I can't say that I was allergic to them because I'm not sure about that. I think if you're allergic to something, it lasts for all your life, and it can't disappear. But who knows? Remember that if you answer "How long have you?" questions, you use the present perfect tenses and phrases with for and since. For example, I've been allergic to nuts for 10 years, or I've been allergic to honey since my childhood. Number 4. What food do you usually eat to cheer yourself up when you're feeling sad? B. When you're tired and don't want to cook. Cheer yourself up means to make yourself happier. Speaking of me, it's not food, it's coffee. It really makes me feel happy. But food, The task is about food, yeah? I think let it be fast food, McDonald's, something like that, I think, or a small bar of chocolate, because really I have no idea. And what food do you usually eat when you're tired and don't want to cook? Surprisingly, dumplings, I think. You just take them from your freezer and put them into boiled water, wait for 5 minutes and enjoy. In Russian we call them pelmeni. They're quite popular in my country. It's frozen dough with meat as filling. Let's move on. Number 5. When you're away from home, is there any food or drink that you really miss? Miss here means to feel sad because you can't have something or can't see someone if it's about a person, yeah? Actually, I'm hardly ever away from home, so it's hard to say. If you travel a lot, probably you will have something to say. What kinds of foods or drinks you miss? Next one. Number 6. Is there any food or drink that you couldn't live without? How often do you eat it, drink it? Coffee, I think. I can't live without it. I drink it every day. I hope you remember how to answer questions which start with how often. You can use phrases like every day, every month, and so on, or say it with adverbs of frequency like always, usually, often, sometimes, and so on. Or you can use phrases like once a week, twice a day, 3 times a week, 4 times a month, and so on. Okay, now it's your turn to do the questionnaire. Try to say as much as possible. Work with this questionnaire. Now moving on. Part B. Listen to 6 people, each answering one question from your food profile. Match each speaker to the question he or she is answering. So here we are. Now you're going to listen to people answering some of the questions from the questionnaire, like you did a couple of minutes before. For example, number 1, Emma, is answering question number 5, which is, when you're away from home, is there any food or drink that you really miss? It's done as an example. Try to get which questions they are answering, like Sarah, John, Rob, James, and Sean. I hope this task is clear, so good luck with it.
1.7. Emma.
Definitely tea. I went to Slovenia on holiday recently and I was staying at a hotel and they didn't have any real English breakfast tea. I really missed it in the mornings.
Sarah.
I absolutely love pasta and I try and eat it whenever I can. So I would find it really difficult to live without pasta. Pasta and pesto is my favourite meal and I have it at least twice a week, normally when my husband's away because he's always telling me not to eat so much pasta.
John.
Yes, quite often. My wife's from Asia, from Indonesia, so we often eat hot food. I love hot food, curries, any Indonesian food. I also love Thai food, like a good green curry.
Rob.
I guess like a lot of people, I tend to eat chocolate in that situation. Chocolate or ice cream, maybe. Definitely something sweet.
James.
Only caffeine, actually, which I didn't used to be. I used to drink a lot of coffee, but a few years ago I started noticing that it was affecting me quite badly when I drank coffee. I was getting headaches and I've never been tested for it, but I've stopped drinking caffeine in coffee, and I think I feel better.
Sean.
I like spicy ones, and I like them with meat, so maybe pepperoni? That's what I always end up ordering in an Italian restaurant.
Part C. Listen again and write their answers. Compare with a partner. Listen to the audio again, but this time you need to write or to say their answers. But look, it's 1 or 2 words, no more. For example, Emma is answering the question 5 and her answer is just T. 1 word, T. You don't have to write a full script, you know what they are saying. Just something short and quick. Good luck with this task.
1.7. Emma.
Definitely tea. I went to Slovenia on holiday recently and I was staying at a hotel and they didn't have any real English breakfast tea. I really missed it in the mornings.
Sarah.
I absolutely love pasta and I try and eat it whenever I can. So I would find it really difficult to live without pasta. Pasta and pesto is my favourite meal and I have it at least twice a week, normally when my husband's away because he's always telling me not to eat so much pasta.
John.
Yes, quite often. My wife's from Asia, from Indonesia, so we often eat hot food. I love hot food, curries, any Indonesian food. I also love Thai food, like a good green curry.
Rob.
I guess like a lot of people, I tend to eat chocolate in that situation. Chocolate or ice cream, maybe. Definitely something sweet.
James.
Only caffeine, actually, which I didn't used to be. I used to drink a lot of coffee, but a few years ago I started noticing that it was affecting me quite badly when I drank coffee. I was getting headaches and I've never been tested for it, but I've stopped drinking caffeine in coffee, and I think I feel better.
Sean.
I like spicy ones, and I like them with meat, so maybe pepperoni? That's what I always end up ordering in an Italian restaurant.
Теперь наступил черед перевести то, что сказали эти люди. Начнем мы, естественно, с Эммы, так как она говорила первой. Она сказала «определенно чай». Я ездила в Словению в отпуск. Recently — это недавно, в последнее время, но это как недавно здесь. И, получается, я прибывала, я останавливалась в отеле, и у них не было никакого реального английского чая на завтрак. Ну, English Breakfast Tea — это, думаю, определенная фирма или разновидность чая, то есть не было английского чая. Я очень скучала по этому утром, то есть по утрам. Дальше идет Сара. Я абсолютно, как люблю, макароны. И я пытаюсь, точнее, try, здесь не пытаться, это я пробую и ем, то есть эти макароны. Whenever — это когда-либо я могу, то есть в любое время, когда я могу. И так, вот поэтому мне было бы очень тяжело жить без макарон. Макароны и песто, название блюда, это моя любимая еда, по-другому, моя любимая еда. И я ем это, have здесь в значении кушать, в значении есть, я ем это, at least это по крайней мере, twice a week, то есть 2 раза в неделю. Normally это у нас не нормально, а переводится как обычно, когда мой муж в отъезде или куда-то уехал. То есть to be away, то есть быть не дома. Потому что он всегда говорит мне не есть так много макарон. Есть как-то так. Дальше идет Джон. Да, и довольно часто. Обратите внимание, это слово не тихий, как quiet. Здесь quite often — это довольно часто. Моя жена из Азии, из Индонезии. Поэтому мы часто едим или кушаем острую еду. Я люблю острую еду, карри, и любую индонезийскую еду. Я также люблю тайскую еду, и по типу получается хорошего зеленого карри. Дальше шел Роб. Роб говорит, я здесь значение думаю, догадываюсь, здесь я думаю, like a lot of people, так же, как и многие люди, I tend to, вот здесь хорошая фраза, tend to, то есть у меня есть склонность кушать шоколад в этой ситуации. Шоколад или мороженое, может быть. Определенно что-нибудь сладкое. И теперь Джеймс. Только к кофеину, вообще-то, и у меня такого не было. Это как раз про непереносимость. Я, получается, раньше пил много кофе, но несколько лет назад я стал замечать, notice это замечать, that it was, что это было, it was affecting me quite badly, то, что, получается, стало влиять на меня довольно плохо, когда я выпивал кофе. Я, получается, was getting headaches, у меня появлялись головные боли, и, например, I've never been tested for it, то есть я никогда не исследовался или не проходил никакие там анализы, но я перестал пить кофеин в кофе, и я думаю, теперь я чувствую себя лучше. То есть вот такой вот момент. Теперь Шон. Мне нравятся те, которые острые, и я люблю их с мясом, поэтому может быть пепперони. End up ordering in an Italian restaurant. Вот здесь хорошее предложение, ее дословно не перевести. End up — это в итоге, по итогу что-то делать. То есть это каждый раз в итоге заказываю в итальянском ресторане. То есть вот такая вот аудиозапись у нас. Ну что ж, идем дальше. Part number 4. Reading. Part A. Talk to a partner. What time do you usually get up, have breakfast, do exercise, have a coffee, have lunch, have dinner, go to bed? Okay. Intermediate level. Why not? Oh, it depends. Let me answer first about myself. When I have days off, I can get up at 11 o'clock or about that. Since my lessons start at 10 o'clock, I usually get up at 9:30. So half an hour, 30 minutes is enough for me to prepare. Okay, have breakfast. Let's say it's 9:45. Exercise. I think I prefer to do it in the evening. Have a coffee. Look, I drink it a lot, but I don't drink coffee in the morning. Most of my coffee is consumed in the evening. Lunch. I don't have lunch actually, yeah. I only have breakfast and dinner, so I can't say exact time of my lunch. Speaking of going to bed, again it depends, but the main pattern is I go to bed after midnight, after 12 a.m. I've been doing it since I left school, and I can't imagine a life of an early bird. I tried multiple times to go to bed early and wake up early. Yeah, I felt like a bunch of elephants had been jumping on me for all night after that. Put it simpler, not good. Okay, that's why I prefer to go to bed late. Now, I think it's your turn, yeah? Try to say a couple words and answer these questions. Part B. Read the article once. Do you or your partner do any of the things in A at the times the article recommends? Now let's read this article. Eat and drink at the right time. Your first task will be just to get some main ideas from the article, and then we will discuss some things from it. Don't bother yourself with checking every word that you see in here. No, first just relax and try to get main points. Since these textbooks doesn't have an audio for this text, I will voice it with my own voice. I hope you will enjoy it. Eat and drink, but at the right time. In our super busy 21st century lives, most of us try to do as much as we can in 24 hours. However, we usually do things whenever it suits us. And experts say that this is disrupting our body's natural cycle, making us feel tired at times when we should feel awake, and vice versa. Science shows that by doing things at the right time, we can be happier and healthier. Have breakfast at 8 a.m. In a recent study, researchers found having breakfast at this time is good for our blood sugar levels. so the food you eat now will give you the energy you need. It's also important not to skip breakfast. Another research team from Sweden suggested that people who ate a regular breakfast as teenagers were 32% less likely to be at risk of heart disease as adults. Don't drink coffee in the morning. Have one at 3 p.m. Most coffee drinkers make a cup as soon as they wake up. However, researchers have suggested that early morning is the worst time to drink coffee because it stops the body from producing the stress hormone cortisol, which we need at this time to help us to wake up. The best time to drink coffee, or caffeine in general, is between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m., when it can make us more mentally alert, according to a study carried out by University of Sheffield a few years ago. Have lunch between 12 and 2. This is when our body digests food best, because this is when the stomach produces most acid. So it's the ideal time to have your main meal of the day. An experiment by nutritionists at the University of Surrey found that blood glucose levels after an evening meal were much higher than when people had the same meal earlier in the day, and high levels of glucose can cause diabetes. Have dinner at 7 p.m. Have your evening meal early. It should be delicious. Our sense of smell and taste are at their best at this time, but light. And if you want a small glass of wine, have it before dinner, as 6:30 is when the liver is most efficient at dealing with alcohol. More good times for your body. Ideally, you should get up when the sun rises. When we see a daylight, we stop producing the sleep hormone melatonin and start getting ready for the day ahead. Do yoga or go for a walk before breakfast. Do important tasks at 11 a.m. when your brain is working best. Weightlifting sessions are best done at midday. That's when your muscles are strongest. The best time to run or cycle is 5 p.m. when your lung capacity, important for endurance sports, is at its greatest. Go to bed between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. This is when your body temperature starts to go down and the brain begins producing melatonin. Now let's discuss it, I think. Speaking of me, I think I don't follow any of these recommendations from the article. I must be the unhealthiest person in the world. According to it, of course. Now, there is one thing actually, coffee. It says I should drink it in the afternoon rather than in the morning. So this one suits my daily life. What about you? Do you do any of the things at the times the article recommends? Why not? Try to analyze your day. Before we jump into the next task, let's take a look at some vocabulary from the article. Russian translation is available. If you can't understand Russian, try to write down this list of words and phrases and look them up. Find their translation into your native language. I think this way it will be much quicker rather than I will try to explain each bit of vocabulary in simple English. You'll get tired of it. So translate the following words and phrases. However, whenever it suits us, disrupting our body's natural cycle, we'll awake. Vice versa. Skip, for example, skip breakfast. Another research suggested disease, hormone cortisol, in general, mentally alert, according to, carry out a study, digest food, stomach, acid, main, a nutritionist, diabetes, sense of smell and taste, deal with, a day ahead, brain, muscles, lung capacity, endurance. So work with these words, try to translate them and to remember them. Part C. Read the article again, answer the questions with a partner, or you will answer them yourself. Number 1. Why is it important to have breakfast every day when you're a teenager? Number 2. What effect does caffeine have on us if we drink it between 2 and 5 p.m.? Number 3. What's the difference between having steak and chips for lunch and having it for dinner? Number 4. Why should an early evening meal be delicious? Number 5. What's the best physical activity to do early in the morning? In the afternoon? Number 6. Why does the body produce melatonin? Okay, remember one thing. When you check answers, don't worry about if they aren't exact words like yours. Main ideas should be the same, but how you say them, it doesn't actually matter. You can use your own vocabulary, of course. So now, listen and read this article one more time and answer these questions. Eat and drink, but at the right time. In our super busy 21st century lives, most of us try to do as much as we can in 24 hours. However, we usually do things whenever it suits us, and experts say that this is disrupting our body's natural cycle, making us feel tired at times when we should feel awake, and vice versa. Science shows that by doing things at the right time, we can be happier and healthier. Have breakfast at 8 a.m. In a recent study, researchers found having breakfast at this time is good for our blood sugar levels, so the food you eat now will give you the energy you need. It's also important not to skip breakfast. Another research team from Sweden suggested that people who ate a regular breakfast as teenagers were 32% less likely to be at risk of heart disease as adults. Don't drink coffee in the morning. Have one at 3 p.m. Most coffee drinkers make a cup as soon as they wake up. However, researchers have suggested that early morning is the worst time to drink coffee because it stops the body from producing the stress hormone cortisol, which we need at this time to help us to wake up. The best time to drink coffee, or caffeine in general, is between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m., when it can make us more mentally alert, according to a study carried out by University of Sheffield a few years ago. Have lunch between 12 and 2. This is when our body digests food best, because this is when the stomach produces most acid. So it's the ideal time to have your main meal of the day. An experiment by nutritionists at the University of Surrey found that blood glucose levels after an evening meal were much higher than when people had the same meal earlier in the day, and high levels of glucose can cause diabetes. Have dinner at 7 p.m. Have your evening meal early. It should be delicious. Our sense of smell and taste are at their best at this time, but light. And if you want a small glass of wine, have it before dinner, as 6:30 is when the liver is most efficient at dealing with alcohol. More good times for your body. Ideally, you should get up when the sun rises. When we see a daylight, we stop producing the sleep hormone melatonin and start getting ready for the day ahead. Do yoga or go for a walk before breakfast. Do important tasks at 11 a.m. when your brain is working best. Weightlifting sessions are best done at midday. That's when your muscles are strongest. The best time to run or cycle is 5 p.m. when your lung capacity, important for endurance sports, is at its greatest. Go to bed between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. This is when your body temperature starts to go down and the brain begins producing melatonin. Number 1. Why is it important to have breakfast every day when you're a teenager? Because you're less likely to be at risk of heart disease as an adult. Number 2. What effect does caffeine have on us if we drink it between 2 and 5 p.m.? It can make us more mentally alert. Number 3. What's the difference between having steak and chips for lunch and having it for dinner? Look, having steak and chips for lunch means we digest it better. Having it for dinner makes our blood glucose level higher. Number 4. Why should an early evening meal be delicious? Because our sense of smell and taste are at their best at this time. Number 5. What the best physical activity to do early in the morning? Yoga or going for a walk? In the afternoon, running or cycling? Number 6. Why does the body produce melatonin? Because it helps us to go to sleep. Yeah. Okay, that was a huge article. Now let's translate this. It's a bonus for my Russian-speaking viewers. Again, if you can't understand Russian, just skip this part and move ahead. Теперь переведем данную статью. Кушайте и пейте, но в правильное время. В наши суперзанятые 21 века жизни most of us, это многие из нас, пытаются делать, то есть насколько много, насколько это возможно, as much as we can, то есть столько, сколько сможем, за 24 часа. Однако мы обычно делаем вещи, или делаем дела, тут можно так перевести, когда-либо это удобно нам. It suits us, это как бы это подходит нам или это удобно нам. И эксперты говорят, что это нарушает нашего организма естественный цикл, заставляет нас чувствовать уставшими в то время, когда мы должны чувствовать себя бодрыми, и наоборот. Так, наука показывает, что если делать какие-то дела или вещи в правильное время, мы можем быть счастливее и здоровее. Так, завтракайте в 8 утра. В недавнем исследовании исследователи обнаружили, что если завтракать в это время, это будет хорошо для нашего уровня сахара в крови, то есть sugar, сахар, level, уровень, blood, то есть кровь, то есть для уровня сахара в крови. Потому что, или так как еда, которую вы едите сейчас, даст вам энергию, которая вам нужна. Это также важно не пропускать завтрак, skip это пропускать, не пропускать завтрак. Другая исследовательская команда из Швеции предположила или предложила, или выявила, что люди, которые ели регулярный, получается, на завтрак, когда были подростками, на 32% less likely to be, это у нас имеется в виду, на 32% у них меньше вероятность, то есть получить, или уменьшает риск heart disease, это болезни сердца, когда они становятся взрослыми. Здесь дословно не перевести, вот получается лабурда, то есть которые ели завтрак подростками, на 32% у них вероятность или риск меньше получить болезни сердца, когда они становятся взрослыми. Такое вот предложение, что поделать. Дальше. Не пейте кофе утром, выпейте 1 чашечку в 3 часа дня. Большинство тех, кто пьет кофе, то есть делают чашечку, как только, as soon as, это как только они встают. Однако исследователи, опять у нас предлагают или предложили, что раннее утро – это самое худшее время, чтобы пить кофе, потому что это, получается, останавливает организм от того, чтобы производить гормон стресса кортизол, который нам нужен в это время, чтобы помочь нам проснуться, то есть пробудиться. Вот так вот, wake up. Самое лучшее время пить кофе или вообще в целом употреблять кофеин, in general это в целом, это между 2 часами дня и 5 часами дня. Когда это делает нас более, здесь как mentally alert, это не то, что умственно развитыми, как можно так сформулировать, более бодрыми, более собранными, сконцентрированными, вот так вот можно это перевести. According to, это ссылаясь на исследование, carried out, проведенное университетом Шеффилда несколько лет назад. То То есть такой вот отрывок. Дальше. Обедаете между 12 и 2 часами. Это то, когда наш организм, то есть переваривает еду наилучшим образом. Потому что это когда получается, желудка, или это то, когда желудок производит самое большое количество кислоты. Acid – кислота. Вот поэтому это идеальное время, чтобы скушать наш главный прием пищи, то есть main meal, то есть наибольший прием пищи дня. Эксперимент, который был произведен специалистами по питанию, это нутрициологи, это слово на русском не могу выговорить. Так, пусть будет специалистами по питанию в университете Суррея, обнаружили, что получается опять кровь, глюкоза, уровень, то есть точнее уровень глюкозы в крови после вечернего приема пищи были более высокими, чем когда люди ели тот же самый прием пищи ранее в течение дня. И получается, высокий уровень глюкозы может вызывать диабет. Значит, такой вот отрывок. Дальше. Ужинайте в 7 вечера. Съешьте ваш вечерний прием пищи рано. Он должен быть вкусным. Наши чувства, получается, запаха и вкуса, они в это время самые лучшие, но легкие. Так, это имеется в виду вот это вот отрывок. It should be delicious, but light. То есть этот прием пищи должен быть вкусным, но легким. И если вы хотите маленький стакан вина, пусть будет бокал вина, получается, выпейте это перед ужином. Так как в 6:30, as 6:30, то есть примерно в 6:30, это когда печень, liver, это самое эффективное с тем, чтобы разбираться с алкоголем. То есть она наиболее перерабатывает алкоголь эффективно в это время. Дальше. Больше хороших времен для нашего организма. Переведу дословно. Идеально вы должны вставать, когда, получается, поднимается солнце. Когда мы видим daylight, дневной свет. То есть, вот так вот. Когда мы видим дневной свет, мы, получается, перестаем производить гормон сна, мелатонин, и начинаем, получается, готовиться к последующему дню. То есть day ahead — это день, который вот настанет. Дальше. Занимайтесь йогой или ходите на прогулку перед завтраком. Делайте важные задания в 11 часов утра. Это когда наш мозг работает наилучшим образом. Weightlifting sessions, вот это вот слово, забыл его тогда включить в список, потом уже включил на монтаже. Это у нас поднимание тяжелых весов. Если не ошибаюсь, у нас тоже как-то weightlifting, вроде что-то знакомое. В общем, lift — это поднимать, weight — веса. То есть поднимание тяжелых весов, то бишь занятия в зале, это наилучшим образом делается в середине дня, midday. Это то, когда наши мускулы становятся самыми сильными. Дальше. Самое лучшее время, чтобы побегать или покататься на велосипеде, это 5 часов вечера. Это когда наш объем легких или функция легких или способность легких делать свою работу, пусть будет так, это lung capacity. То есть вот это вот, когда наш объем легких, важный для endurance, это у нас выносливость. То есть эта штука важна для видов спорта, где нужна выносливость в своем лучшем состоянии, то есть, грубо говоря. И последнее. Идите в кровать или ложитесь спать между 9 часов вечера и 11 часов вечера. Это то, когда, получается, body temperature, температура тела начинает понижаться, и мозг начинает производить мелатонин, то есть тот гормон, который нам помогает уснуть. Вот такая вот статья. Видите, перевод становится сложнее даже для меня, потому что я все-таки не профессиональный переводчик. Но в целом, если вот так вот дословно, какие-то слова становятся более понятными, можете себе записывать. Все происходит как обычно. Ну что ж, а у нас еще много работы. Давайте идти дальше. Part D. Search the text and find 6 parts of the body. Which do we have one of, two of, more than two of? Look, let's do it this way. You've seen this text multiple times, so I think you don't need to search it one more time. Try to remember 6 words that are parts of the body. The second task is optional with ABC. You can skip it or try to do it, then check it. So number 1, heart. Number 2, stomach. Number 3, liver. Number 4, brain. Number 5, muscles. Number 6, lung. So, A. Which do we have one of? We have one heart, one stomach, one liver, and one brain, unfortunately. Number 2, 2 of. We have 2 lungs. And more than 2 of. We have more than 2 muscles. We have a lot of muscles, actually. Okay, that was the task. Moving on to the part E. Answer the questions with a partner. Do you believe all the information in this article? Why not? Give examples from your own experience. Number 2. Would you consider changing any of your habits based on this information? Well, it's a small discussion afterwards. Let me answer first. Number 1. Do you believe all the information in this article? Why not? Give examples from your own experience. Actually, yeah, the article has good ideas like eating breakfast early or drinking coffee in the afternoon, but it doesn't think about people who work at night. For me, I feel more awake at night, for example. I eat my breakfast at noon and it works fine. The times in the article, I think, don't match my life. Number 2. Would you consider changing any of your habits based on this information? No, I won't change. For example, if I eat dinner at 7 p.m., I will be hungry later. I drink coffee at night or in the evening to stay awake. I think this article is good for some people, but not for me. Now, what about you? By the way, you can practice in the comment section and write something there. Part 5, listening. It's a huge part, and I think it's the most difficult part from this lesson. For the first time you will face a typical intermediate audio. It's going to be a challenge, I think. This time, I will give you a lot of vocabulary to work with first. It will help you at least understand the main ideas. Write it down, translate it, and try to remember. First part. Run a restaurant. A recipe. A mixture. Apple pies. Still, we were lucky. Unfortunately. Even. Except. Instead of. Inspiring. Who surrounded me. A notebook. When I was growing up. Grapes. Occasionally. Thick yogurt. Pita bread. The second part. A psychologist. Save money. Dishes. Goat's cheese. We share everything. Try to learn these words and phrases. Number 5. Listening, finally. Part A. Read the text about Mariana, then look at the 5 photos and extracts from an interview with her. With a partner, say how you think she finishes each sentence. And Part B. Listen to Part 1 of an interview with Mariana and check your answers to A. Let's read it. A small introduction. Mariana Leviditaki is the head chef at Morita, a very popular restaurant on Hackney Road in London. She was born on the island of Crete in Greece. Her father was a Cretan fisherman and her mother was Scottish. Together they ran a seafood restaurant, which is where Mariana spent most of her childhood. Look, it's a guessing task actually, so let's not waste our time. Let's just jump straight in the pictures. Try to hear exact words how Mariana continued them. If you miss something or can't hear something, don't worry, it is just some practice, yeah, okay? Now look at the pictures one more time and do the task. But first let's read it. Number 1. We ate fish every day, which and something was done to the fish or with this fish. Number 2. We boiled it and ate it with and some ingredients. Number 3. I wrote down recipes which I wanted to cook for the family in and a thing or place where she was writing it. Number 4. My aunt, I can't remember her name exactly, had something. Number 5. Occasionally my mom used to buy me and my brother souvlaki for lunch, a sort of what? What kind of food? So now listen to the audio and complete these gaps. Good luck.
1.8. Part 1.
With me today, I have Mariana Livaditaki, head chef of Morito restaurant in Hackney. Hello.
Hello.
Mariana, what was your favourite food when you were a child?
Well, at home we ate a funny mixture, and because of my parents, fresh fish, bacon and eggs for breakfast on Sundays, and traditional apple pies. But my favourite was fish. We ate fish every day, which my dad caught. In fact, my dad still goes fishing every night.
Wow.
Yeah, we were really lucky because not all families could do that, could eat fish every day. Even on an island, fish is expensive, unfortunately.
Did your dad catch fish for the family or for the restaurant?
For both, except for lobsters. When he caught a lobster, he never sold it. It was always for us. We boiled it and ate it with lemon and olive oil. You don't need anything except lemon and olive oil when fish and seafood is really fresh. That's how I cook lobsters nowadays in the restaurant in Morito.
Were you interested in cooking when you were a child?
Oh, yes. I spent every evening in our restaurant, and instead of playing with the other children, I usually helped in the kitchen. I wrote down recipes which I wanted to cook for the family in a small blue notebook.
So your love of food and cooking came from your parents?
From my parents and also from my aunt, and from many inspiring ladies who surrounded me when I was growing up. My aunt, Thea Kula, had animals, a garden, olive trees and grapes. In the summer, I often spent all day with her. She knew everything about wild food in Crete. She only ate what she had grown or found or made herself. Such a beautiful way to eat.
Did you ever eat out as a child?
Never in the evening, because our restaurant was open for dinner 7 days a week. But occasionally my mum used to buy me and my brother souvlaki for lunch, a sort of Greek sandwich with pita bread. Inside it has pork, tomato, red onion and lots of thick yogurt.
(1.8) Part 1.
With me today, I have Mariana Livaditaki, head chef of Morito restaurant in Hackney. Hello.
Hello.
Mariana, what was your favourite food when you were a child?
Well, at home we ate a funny mixture, and because of my parents, fresh fish, bacon and eggs for breakfast on Sundays, and traditional apple pies. But my favourite was fish. We ate fish every day, which my dad caught. In fact, my dad still goes fishing every night.
Wow.
Yeah, we were really lucky because not all families could do that, could eat fish every day. Even on an island, fish is expensive, unfortunately.
Did your dad catch fish for the family or for the restaurant?
For both, except for lobsters. When he caught a lobster, he never sold it. It was always for us. We boiled it and ate it with lemon and olive oil. You don't need anything except lemon and olive oil when fish and seafood is really fresh. That's how I cook lobsters nowadays in the restaurant in Morito.
Were you interested in cooking when you were a child?
Oh, yes. I spent every evening in our restaurant, and instead of playing with the other children, I usually helped in the kitchen. I wrote down recipes which I wanted to cook for the family in a small blue notebook.
So your love of food and cooking came from your parents?
From my parents and also from my aunt, and from many inspiring ladies who surrounded me when I was growing up. My aunt, Th had animals, a garden, olive trees and grapes. In the summer, I often spent all day with her. She knew everything about wild food in Crete. She only ate what she had grown or found or made herself. Such a beautiful way to eat.
Did you ever eat out as a child?
Never in the evening, because our restaurant was open for dinner 7 days a week. But occasionally my mum used to buy me and my brother souvlaki for lunch, a sort of Greek sandwich with pita bread. Inside it has pork, tomato, red onion and lots of thick yogurt.
Part D. Now listen to part 2 and answer the questions. Yeah, part 2. Number 1. What 3 things did Mariana do before becoming a chef in London? I think it's the most difficult question here. It can be maybe she studied somewhere, maybe she worked as a someone and so on. So what 3 things did Mariana do before becoming a chef in London? Number 2. What was her first connection with the restaurant Mora? Why did she go back to it later? Number 3. What happened 7 years later? Number 4. How is her restaurant Morita different from Mora? Number 5. How often does she go back to Crete? What happens when she has lunch with her old friends there? Now listen and try to answer these questions.
1.9. Part 2.
So, did you always want to be a chef, to have your own restaurant?
No, not at all. I wanted to be a psychologist. And when I was 18, I came to the UK to study at Kent University. Then I decided I didn't want to be a psychologist after all, and I went travelling for a bit. I'd saved some money at university because I worked in the evenings. I went all around Southern Europe and also to South America, to Ecuador. I tried all sorts of different dishes and fell in love with food again. So I went back to Crete and worked in our family restaurant for 2 years.
Why did you come back to the UK?
Well, I wanted to continue working as a chef, but I needed a bigger challenge. And when I was a student in the UK and I missed good food, I used to save money to go to London to have dinner in a restaurant called Moro. It wasn't Greek food, but it was Mediterranean, Spanish, North African, and I loved it. So when I came back to London, I went to Moro and I said, I want a job. And they gave me one.
And what happened then?
Well, really slowly, through hard work, and after 7 years, I became head chef. It was magic. And then the owners of Moro, Samantha and Samuel Clark, suggested that I help them open Morito.
How is Morito different from Moro?
It's the same inspiration, and many of the dishes are similar, but because I run the kitchen, I have been able to have more Cretan dishes on the menu, dishes from my childhood. This week, for example, I'm making dakos, a Cretan salad made with fresh goat's cheese, tomato and bread.
Do you go back to Crete much?
Yes, I go to Crete maybe 4 or 5 times a year. My family's restaurant is closed now, but I go out for lunch with my friends, the people I miss when I'm in London. Food comes and we share everything. We always order too much, and by the end of it, we feel incredibly full.
Well, Mariana, it's been great chatting to you, and thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me.
Let's take a look at the answers. Number 1. What 3 things did Mariana do before becoming a chef in London? She studied psychology at Kent University. She traveled around Southern Europe and South America. She went back to Crete and worked in the family restaurant. Again, it was the most difficult question here. If you couldn't do it, it's okay. Number 2. What was her first connection with the restaurant Mora? Why did she go back to it later? When she was a student, she used to save money and go and eat there because she wanted to work there. Number 3. What happened 7 years later? She became a head chef. Number 4. How is your restaurant Morita different from Mora? It has more Cretan dishes on the menu. And number 5. How often does she go back to Crete? What happens when she has lunch with your old friends there? 4 or 5 times a year, they share all the food and always order too much. This case, and they share. Now let's move on. Part E. What about you? Answer the questions with a partner. Number 1. What was your favorite food when you were a child? Okay, let me answer them first. Actually, it's hard to say. I don't have one favorite dish, nothing I could eat forever. I liked different foods, but maybe I wasn't a big food fan. Of course, I loved McDonald's. I mentioned it earlier because going there was a rare occasion actually, so we didn't go there very often. Mostly I think as a kid I liked potatoes and almost any dishes made with them. Honestly, that's all I can say about it. I can't remember things from my childhood clearly, unfortunately. Okay, number 2. What kind of things did your mother or father cook? Do you still eat them? My mom still cooks a lot of delicious meals. When we visit her, we always eat really well. As for my dad, I don't know, he can't cook at all, not even simple things. But he's a great driver and he's a very hard-working person. And I think those things are more important for a family than just knowing how to cook. So that's how it is. Number 3. Do you have a favorite restaurant? What do you like most about it? The food, the atmosphere, the service, or the price? I really don't like restaurants. Waiters, menus, fancy decorations, they make me feel really uncomfortable. I prefer simple cafes or coffee shops. And especially, I like places where you order at the counter and then sit and eat without waiters or complicated bills and menus. I don't have a favorite spot though, actually. Okay, that's all I can say about this topic. Now it's your turn. Try to say or write a few sentences answering these questions yourself. Now it's your turn to speak.
(1.8) Part 1.
With me today, I have Mariana Livaditaki, head chef of Morito restaurant in Hackney. Hello.
Hello.
Mariana, what was your favourite food when you were a child?
Well, at home we ate a funny mixture, and because of my parents, fresh fish, bacon and eggs for breakfast on Sundays, and traditional apple pies. But my favourite was fish. We ate fish every day, which my dad caught. In fact, my dad still goes fishing every night.
Wow.
Yeah, we were really lucky because not all families could do that, could eat fish every day. Even on an island, fish is expensive, unfortunately.
Did your dad catch fish for the family or for the restaurant?
For both, except for lobsters. When he caught a lobster, he never sold it. It was always for us. We boiled it and ate it with lemon and olive oil. You don't need anything except lemon and olive oil when fish and seafood is really fresh. That's how I cook lobsters nowadays in the restaurant in Morito.
Were you interested in cooking when you were a child?
Oh, yes. I spent every evening in our restaurant and instead of playing with the other children, I usually helped in the kitchen. I wrote down recipes which I wanted to cook for the family in a small blue notebook.
So your love of food and cooking came from your parents?
From my parents and also from my aunt, and from many inspiring ladies who surrounded me when I was growing up. My aunt, Th had animals, a garden, olive trees and grapes. In the summer, I often spent all day with her. She knew everything about wild food in Crete. She only ate what she had grown or found or made herself. Such a beautiful way to eat.
Did you ever eat out as a child?
Never in the evening, because our restaurant was open for dinner 7 days a week. But occasionally my mum used to buy me and my brother souvlaki for lunch, a sort of Greek sandwich with pita bread. Inside it has pork, tomato, red onion and lots of thick yogurt.
1.9. Part 2.
So, did you always want to be a chef, to have your own restaurant?
No, not at all. I wanted to be a psychologist. And when I was 18, I came to the UK to study at Kent University. Then I decided I didn't want to be a psychologist after all, and I went travelling for a bit. I'd saved some money at university because I worked in the evenings. I went all around Southern Europe and also to South America, to Ecuador. I tried all sorts of different dishes and fell in love with food again. So I went back to Crete and worked in our family restaurant for 2 years.
Why did you come back to the UK?
Well, I wanted to continue working as a chef, but I needed a bigger challenge. And when I was a student in the UK and I missed good food, I used to save money to go to London to have dinner in a restaurant called Morrow. It wasn't Greek food, but it was Mediterranean, Spanish, North African, and I loved it. So when I came back to London, I went to Morrow and I said, I want a job. And they gave me one.
And what happened then?
Well, really slowly, through hard work, and after 7 years, I became head chef. It was magic. And then the owners of Morrow, Samantha and Samuel Clark, suggested that I help them open Morito.
How is Morito different from Morrow?
It's the same inspiration, and many of the dishes are similar, but because I run the kitchen, I have been able to have more Cretan dishes on the menu, dishes from my childhood. This week, for example, I'm making dakos, a Cretan salad made with fresh goat's cheese, tomato and bread.
Do you go back to Crete much?
Yes, I go to Crete maybe 4 or 5 times a year. My family's restaurant is closed now, but I go out for lunch with my friends, the people I miss when I'm in London. Food comes and we share everything. We always order too much, and by the end of it, we feel incredibly full.
Well, Mariana, it's been great chatting to you, and thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much for having me.
А теперь быстренько переведем данные 2 аудиозаписи. Часть 1. Со мной сегодня у меня Мариана Леви-Дитаки, то есть шеф-повар Марита ресторана в Хакни. Мариана, какая была ваша любимая еда, когда вы были ребенком? Дома мы кушали забавную смесь из-за моих родителей. Вот because of, если с этой частицей, это из-за чего-то, из-за кого-то. Получается свежая рыба, бекон и яйца на завтрак по воскресеньям. И традиционные, то есть получается яблочные пироги. Но моя любимая еда была рыба. Мы кушали рыбу каждый день, которую мой отец ловил. В действительности, вот это in fact, это в действительности, мой отец все еще ходит рыбачить каждый вечер. Вау! Да, нам очень повезло, потому что не все семьи могли делать могли делать это. Кушать рыбу каждый день. Даже на острове рыба дорогая, к несчастью. А твой отец ловил рыбу для семьи или для ресторана? For both. Это и для того, для обоих. Кроме лобстеров. Когда он ловил лобстера, он никогда не продавал его. Это всегда было для нас. Мы варили его и кушали с лимоном и оливковым маслом. Вам не нужно ничего, кроме лимона и оливкового масла, когда рыба и морская еда очень свежая. Это то, как я готовил лобстеров, готовлю лобстеров и сейчас в ресторане в Морита. Дальше у нас такой вопрос. Вы были заинтересованы в готовке, когда были ребенком? О, да. Я тратила каждый вечер в нашем ресторане я проводила каждый вечер в нашем ресторане, и вместо того, чтобы играть с другими детьми, я обычно помогала на кухне. Я записывала рецепты, которые я хотела приготовить для семьи, в маленькую голубую тетрадь. Дальше идет. Итак, ваша любовь к еде и готовке пришла от ваших родителей. От моих родителей и также от моей тети. И от многих вот это вот вдохновляющих, мотивирующих леди, которые окружали меня, когда я росла. I was growing up, когда я росла. Моя тетя, вот ее имя, имела, получается, животных, сад или какой-то огород, оливковые деревья и виноград. Летом я часто проводила весь день с ней. Она знала все про, получается, wild food — это дикая еда, все, что растет на острове Крит. Она только ела, что она, получается, вырастила или нашла, или сделала сама. То есть здесь у нас had grown — вырастила, found — нашла, made — приготовила сама. Это, получается, это такой замечательный способ питания. То есть это замечательный путь, способ, чтобы кушать, чтобы питаться. Дальше у нас Did you ever eat out as a child? Что такое eat out? То есть когда вы были ребенком, вы кушали где-то в ресторанах, в кафе. Получается, никогда по вечерам, потому что наш ресторан был открыт на ужин 7 дней в неделю. Но occasionally это время от времени, моя мама used to это делала в прошлом, просто моя мама покупала мне и моему брату сульваки на обед. Это такой вид разновидности греческого сэндвича с хлебом, который называется пита. Это все название еды. Внутри была свинина, получается у нас помидоры, красный лук и много-много thick йогурт. Это имеется в виду, дословно толстого йогурта, нет, густого йогурта. Здесь так, много-много густого йогурта. Это первая часть. Давайте смотреть на вторую. Теперь часть 2. Итак, so, did you always want to be a chef? То есть вы всегда хотели быть шеф-поваром? Или вы всегда хотели быть поваром и иметь свой собственный ресторан? Нет, вообще нет. Я хотела быть психологом. И когда мне было 18 лет, я приехала в Великобританию, чтобы учиться в Кент University, в этом университете. Затем я решила, что я не хочу быть психологом вообще, после всего. И я поехала путешествовать чуть-чуть. For a bit — это кое-какое время. Я сэкономила или я накопила некоторые деньги в университете, потому что я работала по вечерам. Получается, я съездила вокруг Южной Европы, то есть я объехала всю Южную Европу и также Южную Америку, в Эквадор и так далее. Я попробовала все виды разных блюд и влюбилась в еду снова. Поэтому я поехала обратно на Крит, на этот остров, и работала в нашем семейном ресторане 2 года. Так, why did you come back to the UK? А зачем вы вернулись в Великобританию? Well, здесь это как слово паразит, я хотела продолжить работать поваром, но и мне нужно было, то есть какой-то bigger challenge, то есть хоть какой-то вызов побольше, с которым можно справиться. И когда я была студенткой в Великобритании, я скучала по хорошей еде. Получается, I used to, опять эта фраза used to, то есть когда-то привычка в прошлом. Я копила деньги и поездила в Лондон, чтобы поужинать в ресторане, который назывался Мора. Это не было греческой едой, но это было средиземноморской, испанской, североафриканской, и я любила эту еду. И когда я приехала обратно в Лондон, я поехала в Мора, и я сказала, я хочу работу, и они дали мне одну. Имеется в виду, one здесь не совсем одна, этим словом мы заменяем, чтобы несколько раз не говорить постоянно здесь job, 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 то есть и они дали мне работу. И что случилось потом, тогда? Очень медленно, через упорную работу, после 7 лет, я стала шеф-поваром. Это была магия. И затем, получается, owners, это владельцы Мора, Саманта и Сэмюэл Кларк, предложили, вкинули идею, suggested, или предложили, что я помогаю им открыть Морита. И как Морита отличается от Мора? Имеется в виду, это было основано на том же, то есть имеется в виду it is the same inspiration, одно и то же вдохновение, или основано на том же самом. И многие блюда очень похожи. Но потому что but because. Но из-за того, что я управляю кухней, то есть я главная на кухне, I run the kitchen, получается, я смогла, то есть иметь больше блюд с острова Крит в меню. Она же оттуда родом, соответственно, она добавила больше вот этих вот блюд с этого острова. Блюд из моего детства. На этой неделе, например, я делаю название блюда. Это критский салат, сделанный с свежим, получается, козьим сыром, этими помидорами и хлебом. Так. Do you go back to Crete much? А вы возвращаетесь на остров Крит часто? Или много туда возвращаетесь? Да, я езжу на Крит, может быть, 4 или 5 раз в году. Мой семейный ресторан закрыт теперь, но я выхожу гулять, или имеется в виду, выбираюсь на обед с моими друзьями, то есть теми людьми, по которым я скучаю, когда я в Лондоне. Получается, еда приходит, нам приносят еду, и мы делим все. То есть мы друг с другом делимся. Мы всегда заказываем слишком много, и к концу этого приема пищи, так сказать, we feel incredibly full. Вот эта вот фраза, да, мы чувствуем себя абсолютно полными. Вот чувствовать себя full, это в английском, то есть сытым. То есть мы очень сыты, то есть мы даже переедаем. Ну хорошо, Марианна, это было замечательно с тобой поговорить или с вами поговорить, и спасибо за то, что пришли к нам. Так, thank you very much for having me. Это то, что люди говорят в интервью, то есть have кого-то на интервью, то есть спасибо, что пригласили меня. Это если не дословно. Ну, я так думаю, эта фраза понятна. Вот такие вот аудиозаписи. Ну что ж, давайте идти дальше. Okay, it's grammar time. Part A. Look at 3 sentences from the interview, circle the correct verb form. You don't need, or you aren't needing, anything except lemon and olive oil when fish and seafood is really fresh. Number 2. This week, for example, I make, or I'm making, tacos and cretin salad. Number 3. I go, or I'm going to Crete maybe 4 or 5 times a year. Try to do these tasks and listen and check.
One point 10. 1.
You don't need anything except lemon and olive oil when fish and seafood is really fresh.
2.
This week, for example, I'm making tacos, a Cretan salad made with fresh goat's cheese, tomato and bread.
3.
I go to Crete maybe 4 or 5 times a year.
Now we have a grammar part. First, listen to the examples.
1.11. 1.
I live in London.
She works in a restaurant.
We don't eat meat.
Jack doesn't wear glasses. Where do you live?
Does the supermarket open on Sundays?
2.
She usually has cereal for breakfast.
I'm never late for work.
We only eat out about once a month.
1.12.
Is your sister still going out with Adam?
No, they broke up. She isn't going out with anyone now.
The phone's ringing. Can you answer it?
House prices are going up very fast at the moment.
1.13.
What are you looking for?
My car keys.
I'll help you in a moment.
But I need them now.
What are you cooking? It smells delicious.
I'm making pasta.
Great! I love pasta.
Now I'm going to read the grammar rules out loud. They can be a bit confusing. Grammar is grammar, I understand. Try understand at least the main idea, the main difference between these tenses. Then while completing exercises you will get more. Okay, present simple. I live, he works, etc. Number 1. We use the present simple for things that are always true or happen regularly. Remember the spelling rules for third person singular, for example, lives, studies, watches, like he lives, she studies, it watches, and so on. Use ASI, auxiliary subject infinitive, or QASI, question word auxiliary subject infinitive, to help you with word order in questions. Do you know, David? What time does the film start? And so on. Number 2. We often use the present simple with adverbs of frequency, for example, usually, never, or expressions of frequency, for example, every day, once a week, and so on. Adverbs of frequency go before the main verb and after be. I hope you remember that be, am is are, was were, and so on. Expressions of frequency usually go at the end of the sentence or verb phrase. That's the present simple. I hope you know this tense quite well. Next is the present continuous tense. Be plus verb plus ing. We use the present continuous, not the present simple, for actions in progress at the time of speaking. For example, things that are happening now or around now. These are normally temporary, not habitual actions. Remember the spelling rules: living, studying, getting. We also use the present continuous for future arrangements C1b, we'll talk about it later. And finally, these intermediate stuff, action and non-action verbs. Verbs which describe actions, for example, cook, make, can be used in the present simple or continuous. I'm making lunch. I usually make lunch at the weekend. You can use both options. Verbs which describe states or feelings, not actions. For example, be, need, love are non-action verbs. They are not usually used in the present continuous, even if we mean now or right now. For example, you say, I want some coffee right now. You don't say, I'm wanting some coffee right now. Or you say, I don't know, I need your car right now. You don't say, I'm needing your car right now, because this word need is non-action verb. Let's see. Common non-action verbs are agree, be, believe, belong, depend, forget, hate, hear, know, like, love, matter, mean, need, prefer, realize, recognize, remember, seem, suppose, want. So we don't usually use them in the present continuous. Verbs of the senses are normally also non-action, like look, smell, taste, and sound. So we say, you look good, it smells nice, it tastes great, and it sounds amazing. And now this one, verbs that can be both action and non-action. That's the most confusing thing ever here. A few verbs have an action and a non-action meaning. For example, have and think. I can't talk now, I'm having lunch. It's an action, have lunch. I have a cat now. It's non-action, possession. Or what are you thinking about? It's action, like think about something. I think this music's great. It's non-action, it's just opinion, it's not thinking process, it's just an opinion. So these are the rules. If you're a bit shocked right now, like, I memorized almost all regular verbs and now I must memorize non-action verbs because I can't use them in the present continuous tense. Yeah, but don't worry, after some time you'll use them intuitionally. For example, have you ever heard phrases like, I'm knowing, or are you wanting? No, for you it even sounds strange, so you won't use them in the present continuous tense, because something tells you it isn't right. Speaking of some grammar aspects, I think it will be better if we just do a lot of exercises and then you will see some patterns yourself. You know, it's better than thousands of charts, rules, and so on. And actually, this thing, present simple and present continuous, isn't completely new for you, but it can be a bit confusing, especially with action and non-action verbs. Now a part comes for speakers of Russian, where I'll translate these rules and give some comments. If you can't understand Russian, just skip this part and go directly to grammar exercises. use time codes for that. Теперь вот новая рубрика «Переведем данные правила», чего в курсе про Intermediate не было, но будем смотреть и разбираться. В общем, здесь даны два времени, которые вам уже должны быть знакомы очень хорошо. Это Present Simple и Present Continuous. С ними мы работали в течение всех курсов, только теперь они подаются вот вместе. Соответственно, Present Simple даны примеры. И что здесь написано? Мы используем это время для вещей, которые всегда правдивы, то бишь факты, или случаются регулярно. Помните про правило написания третьего лица единственного числа. Это то же самое после he, she, it, он, она, это. То есть lives, studies, watches и так далее. Это было на курсах ранее. Дальше вот это вот не рекомендую этим пользоваться, оно только сбивает с толку. Use ASI, то есть имеется в виду вспомогательный, субъект, инфинитив, или QSI. Это просто дано, чтобы запомнить порядок слов в вопросах. То есть идет сначала у нас вспомогательный do does, затем идет кто, а затем что именно делает. То есть do you know David или QSI. Сначала вопросительное слово, потом вспомогательный, потом кто что это действие происходит, то есть субъект, а дальше само действие. Ну, соответственно, так строятся вопросы. Дальше, второе. Мы используем present simple с наречием частотности. Такие слова, как usually, never, sometimes, hardly ever, надеюсь, их помните. Или выражение частотности every day, once a week, twice a day, 3 times a year и так далее. Это все мы разбирали на курсе Elementary еще давно. Так, дальше. Наречия частотности идут перед основным глаголом и после to be. То есть как I usually go, we hardly ever see и так далее. То есть это имеется в виду, что вот эти вот слова usually, never, они у нас идут до глагола. Но после глагола to be, то есть после am is are. Это тоже мы разбирали на курсе Elementary. Дальше. Выражения частотности обычно идут в конце предложения. Это такие фразы, как every day, once a week, 3 times a day, там, 4 times a year. Их мы ставим в конец предложения. Это тоже было все вот в той теме. Как отвечать на вопросы how often. То есть в целом вот такое время, present simple, с ним очень часто работали. Do, does, эски на конце, как я это называю. Время фактов, привычек. В целом таких вот регулярных действий. Затем идет present continuous. Это тоже настоящее время. Многие это время любят. Почему? Потому что его очень просто образовывать. То есть здесь мы ставим am is are. То есть у многих с am is are проблем абсолютно нет. Дальше глагол с инговым окончанием. То есть довольно простое образование. Так, мы используем это время, present continuous, для действий, которые находятся в процессе во время говорения. То есть то, что происходит сейчас. Или вещи, которые происходят... имеется в виду in progress, да, в процессе, или вещи, которые происходят сейчас или около сейчас. Ну, то есть имеется в виду, что происходит в процессе. Они обычно могут быть у нас временные действия, а не привычки. То есть это как раз на контрасте. Ну, где тут, например, у нас такой контраст. No, the program, she isn't going out with anyone now. Ну, здесь в основном про сейчас, про то, что происходит в данный момент. Так, помните про правило написания ing? Ну, это здесь, я думаю, понятно. Мы также используем present continuous для будущего, но это мы будем разбирать в следующей теме, это нам сейчас не нужно. То есть, в целом, present simple — факты, привычки, регулярные действия, present continuous — то, что происходит сейчас, то, что происходит на фотографиях, и в целом то, что происходит около сейчас, то есть, например, цены растут очень быстро. Это не значит, что будет прямо сейчас, в данный момент, а в целом, последнее время. Так, это у нас present continuous. В принципе, разница между ними, я думаю, достаточно очевидная. Вы уже проделывали таких упражнений довольно много. Но у нас intermediate, и у нас тут в силу вступает новая вещь. Это у нас пункт действия, ну, так вот получается, глаголы действия, глаголы статики. Можно их так называть. Так, action, но я их переводить не буду. Давайте так, action — это глагол, который может быть в процессе, например, jump, run, а non-action — это глагол, который не может быть в процессе, например, ну, возьмем там believe, верить. То есть нельзя быть в процессе верования, это просто либо веришь, либо нет. В общем, глаголы, которые описывают действия, например, cook, make, могут быть использованы в present simple или continuous. I'm making lunch, то есть я сейчас готовлю обед. I usually make lunch at the weekend. Я обычно готовлю обед по выходным. Здесь present continuous, здесь present simple. Также у нас действия, которые описывают состояние или чувство. Глаголы, которые описывают состояние или чувство, а не действия. Be, need, love — это называется non-action verbs. То есть, по-другому, эти глаголы, они не могут быть в процессе. Здесь логика какая? Нуждаться. Вот невозможно в английском языке нуждаться прямо сейчас. Либо это нужно, либо не нужно. Либо любишь, либо не любишь. Либо веришь, либо не веришь. То есть процесс, их нельзя в процесс поставить. Так вот, этот список глаголов, который, в принципе, нельзя ставить в present continuous. Он у нас быть, верить, принадлежать, зависеть, забывать, ненавидеть, слышать. Обратите внимание, не слушать. Слушать мы можем в процессе. I'm listening to music right now. I hear — это слышать, потому что мы либо что-то слышим, либо нет. Либо что-то знаем, либо нет. Либо любим, либо нет. Ну вот они, like, love, matter. Matter у нас имеет значение. Mean — это у нас означать. Тоже у нас сюда. Need — нуждаться. Prefer — предпочитать. Realize — осознавать. Recognize — узнавать. Remember — помнить. Seem — казаться. Suppose — соответственно, предполагать, want — хотеть. И вот эти глаголы, даже если мы говорим про сейчас, можно так сказать, I want some coffee right now. Прямо сейчас я хочу кофе, но мы не ставим в present continuous, мы используем его в present simple. То есть, в принципе, можете сказать, да ничего сложного, вот список глаголов, мы не можем их ставить в present continuous, и все, всегда их используем в present simple. Но какая тут есть основная загвоздка? Дело в том, что у глаголов есть много разных значений. Я думаю, это не стоит пояснять. И вот какое-то из этих значений может быть в процессе, а какое-то нет. То есть, например, вот здесь, как дано, получается, я не могу сейчас разговаривать, I'm having lunch. Я сейчас обедаю. Вот have lunch — обедать — это может быть в действии. Но I have a cat вы никогда не скажете I'm having a cat, потому что have в значении иметь, а не в значении есть. Это уже будет глагол, который мы не можем использовать в процессе. То есть вы не скажете I'm having a cat now. Нет, I have a cat now. Также с глаголом think. Если это переводится как думать, или в значении выступает как думать, то есть именно мыслить, оно может быть в процессе. То есть вот мы спрашиваем человека What are you thinking about? О чем ты сейчас думаешь? Там, I'm thinking about cats. Я сейчас думаю про кошек. Ну, допустим. А в значении иметь мнение, то есть когда мы говорим «я думаю, что это круто», «я думаю, что это не круто», когда мы свое мнение даем, оно уже не может быть в процессе. Потому что, ну, как здесь уже, здесь не то, что думаю, это как я считаю, я полагаю, я думаю. Вот это уже значение не может быть в процессе. И таких глаголов в английском языке на самом деле, ну, я не скажу, что много, но такое бывает. Я же что предлагаю делать? Не пугаться. То есть такому моменту. Эти вещи, они будут видны на практике. Сейчас, когда мы будем решать упражнения, то есть и когда вы будете смотреть то, как я проделываю эти упражнения, пытайтесь запоминать некоторые закономерности, которые я буду подчеркивать. То есть я буду говорить, да, вот это вот в процессе сейчас, поэтому делаем, точнее ставим в present continuous. Вот этот вот глагол не может быть в процессе, поэтому ставим в present simple. А это вот действия, которые регулярные, поэтому в present simple. Так, теперь делаем упражнение и, надеюсь, что-то в голове уляжется. It's time to do some exercises. Part A. Circle the correct form, present simple or continuous. You just need to choose. You see, I don't believe you cooked this meal yourself. You can't say I'm not believing because it's a non-action verb. We don't use this verb in the present continuous tense. And next, be complete with the present simple or present continuous forms of the verbs in brackets. This exercise is very difficult because now you need, first understand whether it's the present simple or it is the present continuous, and then put it in the correct form yourself. Try to do these exercises and check yourself. And now let's do these exercises. So part A, circle the correct form, present simple or continuous. We need to choose here between two options. Like, I don't believe that you cooked this meal yourself. As you remember, we can't use believe in the present continuous because it's a non-action verb. One of many. Number 1. Come on, let's order. The waiter is coming right now. So the people are in a restaurant and they're waiting for a waiter. So we use the present continuous here. Kate, you see, again, Kate doesn't want. Want, it's a non-action verb. We can't use it in the present continuous, only present simple. Kate doesn't want to have dinner now. She's hungry. Yes, it's now, but want, it's a non-action verb. Next is, the head chef is ill, so he isn't working today. It's temporary action. It's not habitual. It's like right now, today, the head chef isn't working, but maybe he will work tomorrow or kind of next week. It's just a temporary action. Next is, the bill seems very expensive to me. Again, seem, it's a non-action verb. We can't use it in the present continuous. We've had an argument and now we aren't speaking to each other. Here we use aren't speaking to each other. It means like it's a temporary action. Yes, it's not habitual one. And it's about now. And you can use speak in the present continuous. It's an action verb. Next is, my mom, my diet is awful these days. It's an opinion. Remember, if we speak about a verb think as an opinion, we can't use it in the present continuous, only in the present simple. My mom thinks my diet is awful these days. Next is need. Again, need, it's a non-action verb, only the present simple. Do we need to go shopping today? Next is 8. Can I call you back? I'm having lunch right now. It's an action in progress right now. This person is having lunch. Next is number 9. I didn't used to like olive fish, but now I love it. The verb, kind of a verb love, it's a non-action verb. We can't use it in the present continuous. Next is this one. Your cake is wonderful. It tastes like one my mother used to make. Again, it's these verbs like taste, sound, and so on can't be in the present continuous, so we use it only in the present simple. Now let's read the answers. I don't believe you cooked this meal yourself. Come on, let's order. The waiter is coming. Kate doesn't want to have dinner now. She isn't hungry. The head chef is ill, so he isn't working today. The bill seems very expensive to me. We've had an argument and now we aren't speaking to each other. My mom thinks my diet is awful these days. Do we need to go shopping today? Can I call you back? I'm having lunch right now. I didn't used to like olive fish, but now I love it. Your cake is wonderful. It tastes like one my mother used to make. So it was the first exercise, part A. Now let's move on to part B. Okay, I need to do this one. And now let's do it. Here we need kind of to complete with the present simple or present continuous forms of the verbs in brackets. So before we just choose, now we need to do it ourselves. We don't go to Chinese restaurant very often. It's a habitual action, so it's the present simple. Number 1, have, eat. High cholesterol. It's about a level, kind of high cholesterol. It can't be in progress, it can't be in the process, so we use just usual, the present simple. So I have high cholesterol, so I never eat fried food. It's a habitual action with adverbs of frequency, like never, often, sometimes, and so on, so we use the present simple. Next is this one, number 2. Any vitamins at the moment. It can be in the progress, so take is an action verb, so we use present continuous, like are you taking any vitamins at the moment? So it's a good sentence. Next is Don't eat the spinach if you don't like it. Like it's a non-action verb, we can't use it in the present continuous. Next is this one. No, it's an also non-action verb. Like, does your boyfriend know how to cook fish? In general. Next, number 5. Once a week. So it's a habitual action. We need the present simple. We order takeaway pizzas once a week. Next is this one. What's your mother? It's delicious. Maybe she's doing it right now. Like, what is your mother cooking? Making or cooking, doesn't matter here. What is your mother cooking? It smells delicious. Look, yes, it smells right now delicious, but again, verbs like smell and taste, we can't use them in the present continuous. So there is the present simple. Next is this one. You look sad. What are you thinking about? Because we look at the person and see that this person is in the process, in progress of thinking. So we can use the present continuous here. You look sad. What are you thinking about? Next is this one. It's an opinion. An opinion we can't use in the present continuous. Like, I think, I believe, I think the diet in my country is getting worse. It's a temporary action. No, not temporary. Actually, it's around now. Not exactly at the moment of speaking, but now in general. Like, I think the diet in my country is getting worse. I don't know why I written it 2 times and just is getting worse. Next is how often. These types of questions with how often we use the present simple here. How often do you have seafood? Like once a week, often, usually. So it's the present simple, of course. It's not about now. And again, usually. So with the adverbs of frequency, we use only the present simple. I don't usually cook red meat. It's not my habit. So now let's take a look. We don't go to Chinese restaurants very often. I have high cholesterol, so I never eat fried food. Are you taking any vitamins at the moment? Don't eat the spinach if you don't like it. Does your boyfriend know how to cook fish? We order takeaway pizzas once a week. What is your mother making? It smells delicious. You look sad. What are you thinking about? I think the diet in my country is getting worse. How often do you have seafood? I don't usually cook red meat. So that's all for now. But if you are thinking like, oh, it's not enough for me, where can I get more practice? So let's do 2 more exercises with this aspect, like the present simple or present continuous. And there are 2 extra grammar exercises. Actually, the main idea is the same. Part A, you need to circle the correct form of the verbs, and part B, you need to complete the conversation with the correct form of the verbs, present simple or present continuous. So actually the tasks are the same, but the material is different. Now try to do these exercises again and then check yourself. So let's start. The tasks are not similar, the tasks are the same. First, let's start with A. Circle the correct form of the verbs. What are you studying? Humanities. I'm doing fine arts. It's like right now. Where do you come from? Here is a type of question we don't usually say it in the present continuous because it's like, where were you born? Where do you come from? I'm from this place, sorry, I can't pronounce it, in Spain. And how many hours of classes do you have a week? It's a habitual action, so like not how often, like how many hours of classes do you have a week, every week? Next to this phrase, it depends. We can't use it in the present continuous, so depend, it's a non-action verb. It depends on the week, but usually about 20 hours. Again, no, it's a non-action verb, only the present simple. Do you know about the party tonight? Mean, it's a non-action verb. So, do you mean the one for new students? I can't go because I'm getting ready to move into my flat tomorrow. So, it's a temporary action. It's not habitual. It's only for tomorrow. I'm getting ready to move into my flat tomorrow. Next is, where are you living at the moment? Like at the moment, where are you living? It's the present continuous here. I'm staying in a student hostel. It's like a temporary action. It's not habitual one. What are you doing on Sunday afternoon? It's not like, what do you do in life? Like, what do you do? I'm a student. What do you do? I'm a professor and stuff like that. No, it's like, what are you doing on this day? If you want, it's a non-action verb. If you want, we could meet and look around the city. I'm busy in the afternoon, but what about Sunday morning? Fine. Where shall we meet? So, now let's read this dialogue. What are you studying? Humanities. I'm doing fine arts. Where do you come from? I'm from, in Spain. And how many hours of classes do you have a week? It depends on the week, but usually about 20 hours. Do you know about the party tonight? Do you mean the one for new students? I can't go because I'm getting ready to move into my flat tomorrow. Where are you living at the moment? I'm staying in a student hostel. What are you doing on Sunday afternoon? If you want, we could meet and look around the city. I'm busy in the afternoon, but what about Sunday morning? Fine, where shall we meet? So, there was kind of the first part A. Now the second part, B. Complete the conversation with the correct form of the verbs, present simple or present continuous. Here we go again. Hello, John, what a surprise. What are you doing here? Like right now, what are you doing? The same as you, probably. I'm buying a few things for dinner. Buy, it's an action verb. We can use it in the present continuous. And right now, this person is buying a few things for dinner. Hello, things. Are you still working at the same place? Yes, but I don't like it very much. It's a non-action verb. My boss depends on me for everything. Again, depend, it's a non-action verb. We can't use it in the present continuous. The worst thing is that she always, again, always, it's an adverb of frequency. She always gets the credit and I do all the work. So it happens always, constantly. That sounds terrible. That sounds terrible. Like sound, taste, and touch, and so on. These kinds of verbs, remember, we can't use them in the present continuous. Next is back to work this afternoon. Have to. Have to only in the present simple. Like, do you have to go to bed tomorrow? Do you have to go to bed tomorrow? No, I only work until lunchtime on Fridays because I always have. Again, it's always. It's an adverb of frequency. I always have lunch with my friend Paula. She doesn't work on Fridays. So it's a habitual action. So on Fridays, she doesn't work. So we usually meet at that nice little Italian restaurant in town. Do you want to come? Again, want, it's a non-action verb. So it's only the present simple. I'd love to, but I need to get home. Need, it's also a non-action verb. We can't use it in the present continuous. My sister, it's a temporary action. It's not forever. It's not habitual. Like right now, or around now, my sister is staying with us for a few days. Some other time. Okay, let's read this dialogue again. Hello, John. What a surprise. What are you doing here? The same as you, probably. I'm buying a few things for dinner. How are things? Are you still working at the same place? Yes, but I don't like it very much. My boss depends on me for everything. The worst thing is that she always gets the credit and I do all the work. That sounds terrible. Do you have to go back to work this afternoon? No, I only work until lunchtime on Fridays because I always have lunch with my friend Paula. She doesn't work on Fridays, so we usually meet at that nice little Italian restaurant in town. Do you want to join? Oh, no, sorry. Do you want to come? I'd love to, but I need to get home. My sister is staying with us for a few days. Some other time. The most intermediate thing here ever is that we have two types of verb. An action verb that we can use in both the present simple or present continuous. And we have non-action verbs that we use kind of only in the present simple because they can't be in progress, they can't be. It's like want, belong, believe, and so on. I hope you you've learned the main list of them. Now it's time to move on. Still, we have a lot of things to do today. Let's move on. Part D. Make questions to ask your partner with the present simple or continuous. Ask for more information. Okay, let me answer these questions myself. Then it will be your turn. On a typical day, what do you usually have for breakfast? It's a surprising question for intermediate level, isn't it? But why not? Speaking of me, there isn't any difference between my lunch and breakfast. I have 2 meals a day, one in the morning and one in the late afternoon. So I have no idea how to call them. So for breakfast, I have lots of things except vegetables. I usually eat them for my second meal of the day. I can imagine typical breakfast that people have, like bacon, eggs, coffee, sandwiches, or toasts. While answering this question, I think try to say a couple of interesting things about your breakfast. So you see, there is an interesting thing about my breakfast, that it's actually not breakfast, it's a kind of a brunch, like breakfast plus lunch. So next question. Do you drink fizzy drinks, for example Coke? It's like Coca-Cola. How many glasses do you drink a day? I used to drink fizzy drinks every day. I don't know how I survived actually. And by the way, I had been doing it for a long time and then I stopped. When? Surprise, surprise, I got some problems with my stomach. I hope you haven't forgotten this word because it was in the article earlier. So nowadays I try not to drink fizzy drinks at all. Not because of my health, because I don't feel well after a glass or two. It seems they are too sweet for me. I'd like to have less sweet ones, but I can't find any. They're all too sweet. So next one. Where do you normally have lunch? For me it's simple. I work at home, so I have lunch at home. And actually, I've never been to a cafe for a quick lunch. I usually eat out only when I meet someone. What do you usually have for lunch during the week? That's a deep and profound question. Yeah, it's hard to list all foods that we eat, but I'll try to answer. 3 main sources of energy for my body are potatoes, buckwheat, and pasta. I usually alternate them. One day this one, another day that one, and so on. I also eat a lot of protein, different kinds of meat and fish, and while the second meal of the day I try to eat vegetables like red pepper, tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, and so on. And by the way, my cat made me eat oranges. Yeah, we need orange peels to put it on the table in order to make cat not jump on the table. My wife gets angry because of its behavior. So now we need tons of orange peels and we use them a lot. And of course, someone has to eat main parts of oranges that are left because we don't want just to take them out. Okay, now next question. Do you ever cook? What do you make? I don't usually cook. I do all the housework except cooking. My wife just cooks. And we are both happy about it. She doesn't like cleaning. I can't cook all the time because it takes a lot of time. I do it really slowly. But you know what? I can cook dozens of simple dishes. It's not a problem. So I can survive on my own. Next is, do you prefer eating at home or eating out? Here I usually say it depends. Of course, to have cheap, balanced, healthy meals, I must eat only at home. But sometimes it's so nice to have some fast food. So, in this case, we eat out. And I could eat out every day, but I'm not Elon Musk with billions. Yeah, you know what I mean. I mean, eating out in my country is very expensive. Next part, at the moment, nowadays. Are you taking vitamins or food supplements at the moment? At the moment, actually, I'm not taking any of those, but I'm planning to start taking vitamin D soon, next week, I believe. Are you trying to cut down on anything at the moment? Let me guess, we both want it. I'm trying to cut down on sugar at the moment. I often visit my friends and my parents and they always offer me a cake, sweets or something like that, and it's so difficult not to drink tea with these wonderful things. But I'm trying to cut down on sugar really hard. Next is, do you need to buy any food today? Here we need the present simple tense because the word need, it's a non-action verb, so we can't use it in the present continuous even though we speak about today. So, I need to buy some oranges for my cat and a couple of cartons of milk. We have almost run out of it, and that's all. Next, do you want anything to eat right now? What a question. Here we go again, present simple. Want, it's a non-action verb. I don't want to eat anything right now. I had a wonderful breakfast before recording this episode, so I'm pretty full. And the last one, is the diet in your country getting better or worse? Let me say it's getting better because people nowadays are crazy about healthy food, having enough protein and other vital nutrients. And food producers are trying to follow this trend, but food is getting so expensive that, you can believe 1/3 of about 30% of my income, of my money, is spent on food because I don't want to have stomach problems, I don't want to be fat and I need to eat healthy food. I believe that in near future when food becomes really expensive, the diet will start getting worse and worse. That's a thing. Okay, I think I said enough. Now is your turn. Look at this list of questions, form them, try to use both tenses, the present simple, the present continuous. Remember that need and want we can't use in the present continuous because they are non-action verbs. Try to say as much as possible. This topic is very nice, why not? Good luck with your speaking part or writing if you'd like to do it this way. Part number 7, speaking. Yeah, speaking. Part A, read statements 1 to 6 and decide if you agree or disagree. Think of reasons and examples. Do you agree? Number 1, good service is more important than good food. Number 2, the best chefs are usually men. Number 3, everybody should learn to cook at school. Number 4, cheap restaurants always serve bad food. Number 5, waiters should earn a good salary and tips should be banned. Number 6, Italian food is the best in the world. And look, in pairs or groups, discuss each statement for at least 2 minutes. Say if you agree with the statements or not and why. Use the language from the agreeing-disagreeing box. Like, I agree with that, I don't agree with that, I disagree with you, I think that's true, I don't think you're right, I think it depends. Okay. I like such statements actually because I believe you're tired of usual questions and want to try something else. Debatable statements is a good way to practice speaking. I often actually use three options. I agree with that because, I disagree with that because, I partly agree with that because. It means there is some true in the statement, but it's too much and I need to defend the other point of view as well. So I will discuss them first, then it will be your turn. Number 1. Good service is more important than good food. I partly agree. If you want to just eat something, you go to a cafe or a pub, but there you have good meals without expecting top service ever. But if you go to a restaurant, yeah, you want to try some good things, but you also expect that service will be great and you can enjoy the atmosphere. So, it depends on your goals, whether just spending time with your friends or put something delicious in your stomach. That's why I partly agree. Number 2. The best chefs are usually men. I disagree. Maybe the most famous chefs are men because they're better at getting attention. That's why TV shows feature mostly male chefs. But in real restaurants, chefs work, behind the scenes. And many could be women, we just don't see them. So in the entertainment industry, men win. But in real kitchens, I don't know, I'm not sure. Number 3. Everybody should learn to cook at school. There is an obvious answer. As a teacher myself, who used to work in school, I can claim that I completely disagree with this statement. Kids are kids. You can imagine their behavior, it's usually awful and you can't do anything about that. Now you can imagine badly behaved kids who have access to sharp knives. They will kill each other. You can say, okay, you can teach how to cook without knives, but does it make any sense? You need to cut and chop a lot of things to learn how to cook. So I disagree with this statement. It's better to learn to cook at home, not at school. Number 4. Cheap restaurants always serve bad food. I partly agree. If a restaurant is really cheap, it must be something in it, like cheap decorations, low-paid waiters, or quality food. But there is a word always in this statement. That is why it isn't true completely. I'm sure there must be good cheap restaurants. Number 5. Waiters should earn a good salary and tips should be banned. Yeah, salary it's amount of money they earn every month, and tips it's just money people leave them after a good service, for example. If you're in a restaurant, you eat, then you ask for a bill, you pay the bill, and then you leave some tips to waiters. So you leave some extra money for workers or for staff of this restaurant. Okay, it's only my opinion. I agree. Thinking of how much tips to leave is very stressful for me. I sometimes choose not to go to a restaurant because of these things like waiters, tips, and so on. So I'd like to visit places where you don't need to think about tips. When you pay for your food, you eat it and leave the place. Something like that. And number 6. Italian food is the best in the world. I partly agree. Why partly? It is one of the best foods in the world, but one of them, not the best one. I pay respect to Italian chefs and dishes, but I can't label it as the best one. Okay, I think it's your turn to speak or write. Work with these statements. Try to say as much as possible. Good luck. Workbook time. Now it's time to revise everything you learned during the lesson. There will be a lot of screenshots with tasks and exercises. You just complete them. Remember that each screenshot has 10 seconds of screen time, so pause the video while doing tasks. Good luck with your homework. Now look, it is the first lesson in the series. Here I'm going to include a part where I'm doing these exercises or tasks myself and commenting on them in Russian. Speaking of further videos in this playlist, the answer keys, my comments will be available on boosty.com. If you'd like to see such workbook parts and they are useful for you, check out the link below and subscribe on my Boosty. It will allow me to produce more such videos. And now, enjoy this part and check your answers. Начинаем разбор рабочей тетради. Остальные разборы будут на таких сайтах, как Boosty и на других платных сервисах. Смотрите ссылки, если есть какие-то обновления. Вот эта часть, она остается в этом уроке. Просто посмотреть, как это все будет выглядеть. Все комментарии будут даны на русском языке, чтобы что-то дозакрепить, повторить и так далее. Ну и здесь основной смысл проделать эти упражнения. Так, поехали разбираться. Часть 1A, которая называется «Кушать дома» или «не дома». Даже вот так вот. Цитата у нас следующая. Anything is good if it's made of chocolate. То есть все хорошо, если сделано из шоколада. Это сказал британский комик. Ну что ж, давайте с вами начинать этот разбор. Введите в кружок слово, которое отличается. Объясните, почему. Здесь все построено таким образом. Даны 4 слова. Обводим в кружок лишнее, а затем пишем, почему это отличается. Потому что остальные, например, фрукты, а остальные, например, вот это. Итак, поехали. У нас есть здесь персик, курица, малина, груша. Остальные у нас фрукты. Получается, курица лишняя. Дальше у нас свинина, ягнятина, или баранина, извините. Так, свинина, баранина, кальмар и, получается, говядина. Кальмар у нас здесь лишний, потому что остальные это все мясо, виды мяса, meat. Третье у нас дыня, вишня, получается peach, это у нас персик, cucumber, огурец. Мы здесь выделяем огурец, а остальные у нас получается фрукты, fruit. Так, зеленые бобы, свекла, этот у нас нет, это не кабачок, это капуста. Хотя вот похоже. Duck — это у нас получается утка. Утка у нас здесь улетает в прямом смысле, потому что это мясо. Остальные у нас здесь овощи, vegetables. Так, лимон, красная рыба, виноград и вишня. У нас отсюда уплывает красная рыба, потому что остальные у нас здесь фрукты, fruit. И у нас courgette, crab, mussels, prawns. Courgette — это у нас кабачок, краб. Так, это из морепродукты. Так, это не мюсли, как их называется, мидии, точнее, и prawns — креветки. То есть выделяем отсюда кабачок, courgette, а остальные у нас seafood, то есть морепродукты. Итак, идем дальше. У нас здесь в части B есть такие слова, нам нужно соотнести их с их значениями. Aubergine — это у нас баклажан, авокадо, лобстер, манго, получается melon, дыня, красный перец, кальмар и тюна, тунец. Так, большая морская рыба, которую мы едим, это тунец. Дальше у нас овощ с темно-фиолетовой кожицей. Это у нас баклажан, aubergine. Или в американском английском чаще eggplant. Это у нас третье. Тропический фрукт с твердой зеленой кожицей, мягкий, получается light green flesh, получается светло-зеленая кожица, начинка, флеш — это мякоть, светло-зеленая мякоть и большая семечко внутри. Я так понимаю, звучит вроде как авокадо, похоже на нее. Вставляем сюда авокадо. Дальше морское животное с мягким телом, 8 руками и 2 щупальцами. Это кальмар, squid. Сюда его пишем. Дальше красный овощ, который пустой внутри. Пустой внутри. Но здесь только подходит красный перец. Так, тропический фрукт, который имеет желтый и красную кожицу и получается желтый внутри. Ну, звучит как манго. Сюда его и ставим. Так, получается морское создание с очень твердым панцирем и 8 ногами. С твердым панцирем и 8 ногами. Ну, это лобстер, получается. Так, и большой круглый фрукт с, получается, твердым желтым или зеленой кожицей и много семечек. Ну, это у нас melon, дыня. Вот такие вот вещи здесь. Надеюсь, тоже получилось. У нас в итоге был баклажан, авокадо, лобстер, манго, дыня, красный перец и кальмар. Вот оно все по значениям распределилось. Так, идем дальше. Здесь нам нужно соотнести с картинками, то есть дописать название. Это у нас grilled salmon, то есть сделано на гриле красная рыба. Это у нас boiled egg, то есть сваренное яйцо. Это у нас baked potato, то есть картошка запеченная. Это у нас fried egg, жареное яйцо. Это у нас получается roast chicken, получается сделанная в духовке курица. И пиза. Да, мы обсуждали разницу между roast и bake. Bake — это про выпечку, что-то с мягкой консистенцией, а roast — это когда мы что-то выпекаем, и кожа становится твердая, хрустящая. Вот в английском есть разница между baked и roast. А это у нас steamed pizza. Это горох, сделанный на пару. То есть steamed — это на пару. Вот они, эти слова. Grilled, boiled, baked, fried, roast and steamed. Дальше у нас заполните предложение со словом из списка fresh, frozen, low fat, raw, spicy, tinned. То есть свежий, замороженный, маложирный, сырой, острый и консервированный. Нам не нужны консервированные томаты, нам нужны свежие. Есть ли какие-нибудь в морозилке? Ну, в морозилке, естественно, frozen. Замороженный горох в морозилке. Я не люблю... Так, получается, raw fish. Я не люблю сырую рыбу, поэтому никогда не ем суши. Дальше. Анна на диете. Да, это прям дословно. To be on a diet. Анна на диете. Поэтому она купила немного, получается, low-fat йогурт. Это не маложирного йогурта для десерта. Так, мы покупаем, я так понимаю, свежий хлеб, fresh bread. Мы покупаем свежий хлеб у пекаря каждое утро. И мексиканская еда может быть очень spicy. Это острая. Ну, соответственно, вот эти вот слова. Ну что ж, я думаю, первая страница сделана. Вот она, вот они, эти упражнения. Они все направлены на слова. То есть первая страница посвящена проверке слов. Давайте переворачивать страницу. Ну а вторая страница мы продолжаем, точнее, на второй странице мы продолжаем работать со словами. Соотнесите фразовые глаголы с вопросами 1-3. Если какая-нибудь еда и напитки вы хотите cut down on, это имеется в виду уменьшить потребление. То есть вот есть меньше, чем обычно. Cut down on. Дальше, вы когда-нибудь пытались полностью отказаться от какой-то еды или напитков? Из каких? То есть cut out, то есть это как бы вырезать из своей диеты дословно. Это получается to stop eating something completely. То есть полностью перестать что-то есть. И куда вы обычно ходите, когда вы хотите поесть не дома? What do you usually have? Что вы обычно там заказываете? Получается, у нас это to have lunch or dinner in a restaurant. Ну, в ресторане это громко сказано, можно это в кафе или где-нибудь в другом месте. Главное, не дома. Соответственно, ответ у нас C, A, B. И здесь вот такой answer the questions in E. То есть ответьте на вопросы в E. Так, are there any food or drinks you'd like to cut down on? Which one? Здесь я пишу I'd like to cut down on sugar. I want to eat it less. Так, have you ever tried to cut out any food or drinks completely? Which ones? Yes, I have. I tried to cut out kind of sugar. Cut out sugar in this case. Yeah, I tried to cut out sugar. Let's see. It was in the past. Но это было в прошлом. И получается третье. Where do you usually go when you want to eat out? Здесь можно вот так вот. I usually go to... Let it be McDonald's. I don't know. Не знаю, пусть будет так. Вы уже свои ответы сюда напишите. Идем дальше. Слова из аудио. Заполните предложение. I miss drinking English tea when I go abroad. My favorite pizza topping. Да, это слова из того опросника по еде, которые были выделены полужирным. То есть любимая начинка на пиццу — это ветчина и грибы. Дальше. Я ем шоколад, когда я несчастлив. Так, when I'm unhappy, to cheer myself up, чтобы себя немножко взбодрить или завеселить. Cheer myself up. Так, we sometimes eat, получается, здесь, я так понимаю, ready-made food. Вот это вот полуфабрикаты на ужин, когда мы приходим домой с работы поздно. Так, I am allergic здесь у нас стоит. У меня есть аллергия на персики, я никогда их не ем. Так, do you ever get, получается, take-away food from the Chinese restaurant? То есть вы когда-нибудь заказываете вот эту вот готовую еду с ресторана, с китайского ресторана на углу. То есть take-away food — это та еда, которая приготовлена уже, и вы ее просто где-то покупаете или заказываете. Так, I don't like tuna as a sandwich filling. Это у нас, мне не нравится тунец в качестве начинки для сэндвича. Topping — это начинка идет наверх, filling — это начинка идет внутрь. Вот эти вот слова. Miss, topping, cheer up, ready-made, allergic, take-away, filling. Это все было с опросника про еду в начале урока. Ну, она называлась тоже listening, там было что послушать. Так, идем дальше. По поводу части произношения, здесь я вам предлагаю послушать также диктора из учебника и посмотреть ответы. И заодно можете произнести вместе с диктором здесь все вот это дело. Так, ну, наверное, слушаем.
1.1 1A. Pronunciation. B. 1.
Fish. I. Chicken. Squid.
2. Tree. E. Beef. Peach. 3.
Cat. A. Crab. Mango.
4. Car. R. Carton. Jar. 5.
Clock. O. Chocolate. Sausage.
6. Horse. Or. Pork. Prawns. 7.
Bull. O. Cookie. Sugar.
8. Boot. Ooh. Cucumber. Tuna. 1.2 1A. Pronunciation. D. 1. Boiled. 2.
Cabbage.
3. Spicy. 4.
Roast.
5. Grapes. 6.
Fruit.
7. Baked. 8.
Melon.
9. Aubergine.
Так, часть третья. Грамматика present simple и continuous action, non-action verbs. Заполните предложение с present simple или continuous формой глагола в скобочках. Ну, поехали. I sometimes feel tired after lunch. Здесь у нас feel, мы не используем его в present continuous, именно в значении чувствовать себя. Так. Нет, в принципе, можно использовать. Я здесь, но важный момент упустил один. Здесь у нас же стоит sometimes, иногда. То есть, а с такими словами, как обычно, иногда, всегда, у нас, конечно, present simple всегда будет. Ну и вот, соответственно, usually. Значит, нам нужен present simple. То есть, we don't usually get up late at the weekend. Мы обычно не встаем поздно по выходным. То есть, это у нас действие повторяется. Поэтому present simple. Так, здесь у нас are you watching the TV or can I turn it off? Это происходит в данный момент. Человек спрашивает, вот ты сейчас смотришь телевизор или я могу его выключить? Watch — это у нас получается action verb, то есть мы можем его использовать в present continuous. Дальше четвертое. Каждое утро, то есть действие повторяется. My boss cycles. Здесь почему ask появляется, да? Надеюсь, это не забыто, то что he cycles to work every morning. Мой босс, это же может быть и девушка. Но he, she здесь не важно. Так, can you call back later? Можете ли вы мне перезвонить? Я не могу вас слышать. У нас сейчас вечеринка. We're having a party. And the music is very loud. Вот have a party, вот эта вот фраза, то есть как бы быть на вечеринке, она может быть в процессе, ее можно спокойно ставить present continuous. То есть у нас сейчас вечеринка, я не могу вас услышать. Дальше. There is a man in our neighbor's garden. Вот какой-то мужчина в саду нашего соседа. Ну да, в саду нашего соседа. Так, what is he doing? А что он там делает? Имеется в виду прямо сейчас. What does he do? Это звучит так, чем он занимается, то есть кто по профессии. What is he doing? Что он там делает сейчас? Так, how often, как часто? Это сразу present simple. How often does your teacher give your homework? Как часто учитель задает домашнюю работу? Дальше 8. В этом месяце I need to cut down sweet things. Мне нужно сократить потребление сладких вещей. Смотрите, здесь I'm not eating chocolate this month. Почему так? Только в этом месяце. Это временные действия. Временные действия мы тоже можем использовать все, точнее мы их ставим в present continuous. То есть именно в этом месяце я не ем шоколад. Так-то, может быть, человек ест постоянно, но именно в этом месяце нет. Это у нас тоже present continuous. И моя мама, опять у нас слово часто, это present simple, получается doesn't often do exercise. Моя мама не часто делает упражнения физические. 10. Так, моя девушка перестала есть снеки. Она пытается быть здоровее, то есть более здоровой. Это имеется в виду, поскольку это случилось недавно, сейчас она это пытается сделать. То есть это временное действие пока что. То есть she is trying to be healthier. Здесь это время больше подходит, потому что если мы написали she tries to be healthier, как будто она постоянно пытается, все пытается и пытается, а это именно вот сейчас стала пытаться быть здоровее. Так, ответы у нас следующие. I sometimes feel tired after lunch. We don't usually get up late at the weekend. Are you watching the TV or can I turn it off? My boss cycles to work every morning. Can you call back later? I can't hear you. We're having a party and the music is very loud. There's a man in our neighbor's garden. What is he doing? How often does your teacher give you homework? I'm not eating chocolate this month. I need to cut down on sweet things. My mother doesn't often do exercise. My girlfriend has stopped eating snacks. She's trying to be healthier. Так, идем дальше. Часть B. Исправьте любые ошибки, которые в этих фразах, которые выделены, подсвечены. Но тут есть правильные предложения, где мы ничего с ними не делаем, как I like your jacket, is it new? Здесь все окей. А есть там, где ошибка. Something is smelling good. Слово smell, то есть пахнуть, оно не может быть в процессе, поэтому something smells good мы здесь исправляем. Ну, смотрим дальше. That cake is looking delicious. Здесь уже ошибка. That cake looks delicious. Почему здесь так? Потому что слово look — выглядеть, именно выглядеть, оно не может быть в процессе. То есть здесь у нас только present simple. Так, I don't know what to cook for dinner. Здесь у нас correct. Я просто пишу. Здесь все правильно. Так, are you thinking the fish is cooked now? Ага, здесь у нас вот это вот. Do you think? Почему? Здесь мнение. Это не вот, что ты сидишь, думаешь про рыбу, которая готовится. Нет. Как, по твоему мнению, рыба готова или нет? Когда у нас think в значении иметь мнение, мы ставим только present simple. Так, can I call back? Могу ли я перезвонить? Я сейчас обедаю. Здесь все правильно. Здесь все окей. This, так, суп на вкус очень острый. Что в нем? Здесь тоже все правильно. Вот эти вот слова taste, sound и так далее, опять же, они не могут быть в процессе. Так, I'm loving all kinds of vegetables. Так, слово I love, здесь у нас исправляем. Почему? Потому что слово love это относится non-action verb. Вот к этой категории он не может быть в процессе. Соответственно, здесь у нас ответ I love. То есть вот такие вот ответы получились. Так, давайте идти дальше. Здесь у нас заполнить предложение, используя правильную форму глагола и из списка. У нас здесь верить, принадлежать, играть, узнавать, не спать, звучать и не использовать. Так, я не могу сейчас говорить, я еду на машине. Я тебе позвоню, когда я приеду в офис. Тут понятно, я сейчас еду, и оно может быть в процессе. Я думаю, твой парень говорит правду. Так, получается, I believe him. Я ему верю. Вот это слово believe не можем использовать в процессе, только present simple. Так, можете ли вы выключить свой компьютер, if you aren't using it? Слово использовать можно в процессе, то есть выключить свой компьютер, если вы его сейчас не используете. Вот сейчас. Так, эта сумочка, получается, не принадлежит мне, doesn't belong to me. Слово belong не можем использовать в процессе. То есть сумочка не принадлежит мне, она твоя. Так, Сара не дома. She is playing tennis. Она играет в теннис. Прямо сейчас. Play может быть в процессе, конечно же. Так, я устал, потому что well at the moment. Так, в данный момент я не сплю хорошо. I'm not sleeping. Вот смотрите, по поводу present continuous. Это действие не обязательно вот прямо сейчас. Человек имеет в виду, что последнее время он не спит хорошо, поэтому выглядит уставший. Так, я, получается, ту женщину... я не узнаю ту женщину. I don't recognize. Узнавать тоже не может быть в процессе. Это глагол был в списке. Но это non-action verb. Я не узнаю ту женщину. Ты знаешь, кто она такая? Так, кстати, know тоже не может быть в процессе, поэтому здесь do you know. Так, in that music, там было слово sound. That music sounds awful. Эта музыка звучит ужасно. Не можешь ли ты turn it down, потише сделать? Слово sound, taste, smell, да, вот эти вот слова все тоже только в present simple. У нас нельзя их в present continuous ставить. Вот такие вот ответы получились. I can't talk now, I'm driving. I'll call you when I get to the office. I think your boyfriend is telling the truth. I believe him. Can you turn off your computer if you aren't using it? This bag doesn't belong to me. Is it yours? Sarah isn't at home. She's playing tennis. I'm tired because I'm not sleeping well at the moment. I don't recognize that woman. Do you know who she is? That music sounds awful. Would you mind turning it down? Вот такие вот ответы. Дальше нужно составить вопросы. Здесь быстренько поехали. What are you doing right now? Where, получается, do you usually do your homework? Здесь у нас обычно. Так. Why are you studying English? То есть, так, тут у нас do you think English is easy? То есть, как на ваше мнение, английский легкий? Так, are you enjoying the classes at the moment? Так, и what do you usually do after the class? Так, и у нас часть И. И смотрите, ребят, это у нас просто вопросы, то есть чем занимаетесь прямо сейчас, где обычно делаете свою домашнюю работу, почему изучаете английский, как вы думаете, английский легкий в изучении, наслаждаетесь ли вы уроками, которые вот происходят в данный момент, и что вы делаете обычно после урока. Я это письмо не буду писать, потому что здесь напишите письмо вашему учителю. То есть я вам предлагаю, что если вы дошли до этого момента, вот они 6 вопросов, пишите небольшое письмо мне сюда в комментариях, так и пишите «Hello, Сергей», здесь вот так вот запятой, и напишите, ответьте на эти вопросы и напишите мне письмо. Там «I hope you're well, best wishes», а сюда впишите свое имя. Там, например, не знаю, возьмем там Марина или Арти, там кто угодно. Будет достаточно забавно и будет что почитать. Так, отлично, это была часть... это была часть домашняя работа. Надеюсь, некоторые вещи стали понятней, какие-то разобрали, хотя здесь не было ничего абсолютно сложного. Так, ну а теперь переходим к заключительному слову. So that was a huge part. I am pretty worried about the first lesson, about this one, because it's a face of the whole playlist. It must be perfect. But I'm not sure how perfect it is. I'd like it to be an average lesson, not good, not bad, just something useful for you in your English. So, what do you think of this format? Is it getting tiring for you? I mean, maybe you're a little bit tired of learning from textbooks and you want just listen and watch things instead? Or it's completely okay for you to work like that? Let me know in the comment section. Speaking of me, I like doing such videos because it's very difficult and I enjoy challenges. I enjoy doing something unusual, like these videos. So, I hope next lesson will be released soon. I don't have much free time, probably you've noticed, but I'll do my best. I promise, I'll do my best. Thanks for watching and staying with me for all this time. I hope you're alright and ready to continue. Goodbye for now, and good luck with your English.